looks like you like the chant, don't you, Justin?
It's mad, bro. Gets me pumped every time.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. What's popping, guys? Welcome to ZeerTalks and welcome to the 4th episode of Weekly Promo Class. Now, you notice the layout is different to usual. And that is because we're making a Mania theme this time around, since obviously we weren't around last week because Champions League happened for Bayern München, which did not go to plan, so better we don't fucking talk about it. But yeah, it's one of them ones in which, yeah, man, we're here and we're just gonna talk about the cards that's been announced. And actually, there's also one that's yet to be announced, or will it be announced? We don't know. I'm sure you know which one I'm on about. Just chat.
Tag team or Chelsea?
Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was assuming the matches that aren't going to be on the card that people are getting upset about. But
No. Bond the other one. The other one.
I've got my ideas for Randy.
Yeah. That's the only one that is not confirmed that maybe there's something going on or if it is happening or not. We'll talk about that towards the end, I'd say. But I say we begin because we don't want to take too long. But before we do, you already know what to do. Subscribe. Press alarm bells for future content notifications. Also, subscribe to Justin. Come on now. Don't be fraudulent.
You're smashing them up.
Yeah, man.
You're smashing up the subs this week, mate. Big ups, big ups.
Yeah, thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much, man. I'm just doing my thing in it, just like you are. You get me? But yeah, that guy does gaming content. You know? Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, but you know, he does gaming content and all sorts. You know, Cyberpunk. What are the games you play? That racing game, I don't even know what it's called.
Gran Turismo, Cyberpunk, FIFA. There's a bit there. I play everything really, but on schedule at the moment, Gran Turismo, FIFA, Cyberpunk, and I'm about to start RoboCop. Which
there you go. So go check him out if you're into gaming, guys. And then also comment your way. Like I see in the chat, I see Catalan commenting, like him saying, "Can I get your opinion on giving Jey Uso main event Jay?" But he not even in the main event of WrestleMania. We'll talk about that. You know what? I will start this for later. But yeah,
I think that's going to be match one. So
yeah, I think
that's going to be match one Saturday.
Yeah. We'll get on that though. And yeah, man, just go check socials and inshallah you're well wherever you may be. Man saying no eat as well. There you are. But yeah, I say we begin. You know what? Since you think that match is going to be night one, which actually makes a lot of sense. Because to be honest, if you're not main eventing them, it don't make sense that you don't kick off with that match. Because
you've got to start it hot. You've got to start it hot. In the same way of Orton and Seth years ago. You know, when Seth stole the show. It was a nothing throwaway match, but they had to start the show off hot. And it's either because I don't think it's happening now. I think he's losing. I think the momentum has shifted enough. I think the botches have been enough. I think the vitriol from the public has been enough. I don't think he's going over. So I think they get the. I don't think he is. I think they get the disappointment of that out the way early, because it'll deflate the crowd. So I think they'll get that out of the way early. But I think they're going to turn on him. Yeah, I think the way the booking's been going, even the booking of it hasn't been. It's made Gunther look great, but it hasn't made Jey look great. And then they try to make him serious in the last 10 days, and. Yeah, I just don't think they're going to pull the trigger on it now, man. I thought they were gonna, but I don't think they're going to now.
You know, I would have agreed with you if that whole bloody thing didn't happen in it. The whole Gunther attacking Jey Uso and triggering Jey. But now I feel like that he did that, and now Jey is triggered. I think that's going to be a fuel for him to win, if anything.
See, I've been...
best idea?
I've been thinking a lot on that spot because it was a great spot and they used the visual really well. But we have been through that before with Roman and Jade and B Roman. We've been through the exact same thing. The exact same thing. It was literally his own family choking out Jimmy in front of him, and he didn't beat Roman. And all right, Roman's the tribal chief, but Gunther's Gunther. I just think it feels like it's shades of that story, and they're either going to go in the same direction because it's shades of that story, or they're going to have him go over because then he overcomes what he couldn't with Roman. But I don't know. I've just got a bad feeling about it, and I was all for it. I was all for it. Thinking too about the future reign. Even if Jey goes over, I don't see anything in the future for where does he go immediately? Like, who does he defend? I just don't see anything. I don't see anything new. So yeah, I just think, I don't know. I think they keep it on Gunther until Goldberg, maybe.
No, that don't make sense to me. If anything, that
No,
should be a reason why he loses. That should be a reason
that
why
too. Goldberg cost him. Yeah, that'd be cool.
No, but it's not even about that. It's not even about that. It's just the whole idea of because by the way, we all know, everybody and their mother knows, both of them are gonna pull up to my country and they're gonna fight. Where everybody and their mother knows this. Like, I'm not even gonna deny it, right? So because of that, you may as well just have Gunther, bro. Plus, Gunther is bulletproof. Like, the guy's been champion for nearly his entire. When I hear fans, I was talking to Hannah, for example, right, earlier today on WhatsApp, and he was telling me, well, if Gunther loses to Jey Uso, then Triple H is an idiot because it will ruin Gunther. I'm like, Gunther is bulletproof. The man's literally been champion for most of his career. So him losing the world heavyweight, it's not like he's not going to be back and dominate again. He can use that
his entire WWE career,
exactly, bro.
Pre-main roster, pre-main roster, he was world champion of everything for the whole time.
World champion, whatever it's called, NXT
champion. UK won, NXT won. Before that, he had the Progress World Championship. The dude, even before he walked into WWE, he was just a bona fide walking world champion. So yeah, I don't know. I think. Look, I was all for Jey, but I don't think the booking's been that good, and that's not on Jey. Jimmy's been an accessory, albeit an accessory that's been used really well. Gunther he's just looked too strong. He's owned him on the mic. He's owned him in his face. He's owned him in the ring. Unless they genuinely put on a 30-minute barn burner of a match, and Jey, the story is that Jey just won't die, and Jey keeps trying to steal it, and eventually steals it.
By the way, that Gunther promo was insane last night.
It was.
That promo was insane, bro. Man was talking about the showering in blood, and then
it was pretty gross.
Bad. But yes,
But yeah, I think Jey isn't going over. I think Gunther's going to win. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm just going to do the mark pick and say Gunther.
By the way, can I just say I'm recording all our predictions because I'm curious to see who actually gets.
100%. I'm happy to fall on my sword, bro, because when it comes to WrestleMania, you never know. You'll make
true.
It's like doing your football tips. You'll make picks based on what you think is smart. But then you want to make picks based on your heart too, what you want to happen. But if you want to win the footy tips, you're going to pick with your brain. You know what I mean?
I'm going to make this fun. Hey, chat, I need you guys to also make your predictions, but I need you to make it quick because we're trying to run quick. Chat, quickly. Just say the name. Jey, Gunther.
Who do you think you're with Jey? You think it's Jey?
I wrote Jey Uso. I think they've. I think the reason why Jey Uso, because what was the point of putting?
I agree. I hope I'm wrong.
No, I get.
I was all for him.
For me, I feel like it's a missed opportunity. If you don't give Jey the.
Yeah, agreed. It's been a waste, and they need to pull the trigger because of that. I mean, they pulled the trigger on Jinder Mahal, and that was a waste regardless. So they need to pull the trigger, and you've got to try and create something. And they have something, they have something just off his whole package.
So he's saying Gunther right here. Okay, very interesting. So we got Gunther one right here. Anyone else? Nobody else? Yo, Liam, I see you in the background. So who do you predict quickly? Gunther or Jey quickly? Because we need to move on. We have timers on and that. So
Jey.
So he's saying Jey. Okay, there you go. He's in the background. Anyway.
He's up in the recording studio, mate. Is the
you know what, Liam?
He's producing.
Yo, Liam is in the list as well of guys who's made a pick. So Liam's saying Jey as well. So Jey Uso there. Liam, you're joining us now. Anyway, next match for Saturday. Okay, we'll leave Roman Punk Seth for the last, right? We'll leave that.
Yeah,
for
I know.
last.
I agree.
Yeah. So the next one, you know what? Let's get this one out of the way. New Day versus War Raiders, the most meaningless one.
Straight up.
Yeah, New Day. Liam, New Day.
Yeah,
I say
New
this
Day.
one's like one of them ones in which we can just quickly like.
Also, just the I watched that match last week. Genuinely like a good match between them, and the way New Day are operating now as heels is nasty. I like it. Like Xavier is like really taken on the ruthlessness, but there is just this the spots that they did to the Raiders. I genuinely was like, ooh, that's some big dudes getting dropped on chairs on their heads and shit, and the story's there. So the story's there for both the War Raiders, and they've done this New Day thing for a long time now, and they're literally like Dom level heat. So I just think it's an obvious thing, and again, like almost the Jey Uso thing. Why turn him heel if there is no, it's like what they're saying about Cena too. Cena going heel and not winning would be the ultimate like you goober. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it has to happen to cement this New Day heel turn. And I love the Viking Raiders. They were great in NXT, but there is just zero reaction to them week in, week out. It doesn't matter where they are. No one cares.
Bro, it's actually a shame. We talk about
it is a shame because they're a great team. Like they're just the way they've been packaged. Like, I don't know, even when they teamed them up with Damian Priest and made him more human, that would have been the best thing. And if they'd kept Priest with him for a little while, they probably could have made him more human than Vikings. But yeah, it is a shame. But I think New Day's going over. Easy. Nefarious means.
Yeah, and they forced their way into this match for a reason. I feel like this was the quickest one because it's again one of the more meaningless matches in my opinion.
Yes.
Even though World Tag Team Championships.
The only reason it's there is to solidify the heel turn for New Day, and it's been a long time, so it's about time. And the tag team division is dead, and it's no insult to the Raiders. They only slapped it back on them because they finally got them back fit and healthy, but it's just dead. And at least putting it on walking heat mag in the New Day right now, you're going to generate heat. If they come out on TV every week, they're going to get booed out of the building. And no matter what team you put against them, people are going to want the other team to win. So it's a smart choice.
Yeah. I hear 100%. I mean, that was one of them ones we can get out of the way.
And nefarious means they'll hurt them. They've already hurt them. They're going into it. Like, I reckon they might even be bandaged up or whatever. Like, they've already hurt both their necks. Like, the story's there.
All right, another meaningless one. I mean, this one is. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if you.
We're having a lot of piss breaks at Mania, is what you're saying. I'm gonna make nachos. I'm gonna make myself the biggest plate of nachos.
Brother, I mean, when you look at, I'm gonna be real. There are a good amount of matches on Saturday that not a good portion of people will be interested. Now, for me, I'm a wrestling fan. I like to, what I mean. But like, at the end of the day, brother, like some people ain't gonna be interested. Like, I'll give you an example. I bet you right now, knowing you're not interested in LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu
at all. I was actually when I was going to say
if
we were doing if we were to do the last week's stuff, I was gonna do a whole fucking roast on LA Knight closing the show, essentially on the US title closing the fucking SmackDown. Like, I was going to do a roast on just how piss poor I thought it was and how much I don't care. And also that Jacob Fatu licked that US title, and we've seen pictures of Logan Paul with that US title around his cock when he was naked in the shower. And Jacob Fatu licked it.
I can't believe I brought that up.
I've seen the memes everywhere. I mean, the first thing I seen when he licked it was people going, "Thank God it's not the NXT women's title," eh? And then they showed, someone brought up the pictures of Logan Paul in the shower with it, and I was like, "Oh, Jacob, that picture was only taken like 6 months ago." But anyways, don't care. Fatu wins 100%. Fatu destroys. Squash match.
You think Fatu
match? Squash
to be
match.
Fatu. I actually
Squash
think it
match.
should be Fatu. You know what it is? I think it should be Fatu, but I feel like this is going to be one of them swerve matches. I have a weird feeling. You know what? Hear me out. I think it's going to be a swerve one because I feel like Triple H is going to try to involve Solo in this. Like Solo costing Fatu.
They're taking that in a new direction too. I already like what they're doing there. I can see they've reset the bloodline, man. Like they've reset the bloodline right in front of our eyes, and it's moving on. Solo is going to go back to like almost when they were in the with Sami Zayn bloodline. Solo's going to be like almost comedy kind of. But they've done it, bro. It's happened right before our very eyes, and they've just and it makes sense because if they'd done anything else with Solo, they would have fucking buried him. Like it makes sense, man. But they've reset the bloodline 100%. Jacob's going to be the leader. Like I have a feeling, even we're going to get the other two, bro. They've got Zilla and they've got Hikuleo. They've had him at NXT for months, and they're not using him on NXT. They're clearly meant for a bloodline story. One of them's Tama Tonga's brother, and the other one's Fatu's brother. So they bring them in, and then maybe further down the line we get another split up or something. You know, the Fatus versus the Tongas, because they're family, but it's. I think that's what happens. I think Jacob wins, dominates, and even the next night, like Solo is like, "I love you, Fatu." Like it's just going to be a new, reinstation of the bloodline, a new leader in a different form. Because Roman is going to have nothing to after Mania, so he's going to be so far separated from the bloodline, it's going to have nothing to do with him. This is the new bloodline. I genuinely think that's what they do. In the same way you had NWO years ago, and then there was an offshoot of it, or Bullet Club, or it works. I think it works, and I got no problem with it. I could see him going face down the line. Like Fatu is that over?
Oh yeah, he's gonna get over though. That's the thing. You just know.
And you turn Tonga lower. You turn Tama Tonga face, and then you have Solo corpsing. Like you remember Solo during the Sammy stuff, bro. The dude's funny, and he can't help but. He's like even with his Jimmy segment the other day when he went to swear and his face went.
Yeah.
You flip.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think it'll be good, but I'm all for it. But I don't care about the match. I agree, but I think it'll genuinely be a squash. I think they have built Fatu so high already, and he wouldn't have been involved in the Braun Strowman stuff leading up to the US title if it wasn't going to be a genuine domination. Because he stood square over a dude that is the monster. So I think it's going to be a squash. I hope it's a squash because LA Knight bores the fuck out of me. Yeah. Get out of here, cunt.
There you are. No, but I actually don't mind that, Elena. But I will tell you this. The only reason why I still think bro, I have a weird feeling they're gonna do this Fatu v Solo match at Backlash, man. I have a weird feeling, and I feel like the only way that happens is if Solo Sikoa cost him by accident. You remember how on SmackDown he tried to help and it cost him. I think same thing happens at Mania, and then next thing you know, the following SmackDown, Jacob Fatu turns. That's what I think happens personally. But hey, I could be wrong. You know what I mean? And if that happens, I don't mind it. I'm just telling you what I feel like will happen.
If that was the case, that's where you would bring in the other two. Fatu's younger brother and Tonga's younger brother. Yes, and that you'd only pull the trigger on that too if Tonga Loa was fit and healthy to go. Because you have Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga, they're reunited as a tag team. You bring out the younger brother who's fucking bigger than all of them. And then Jacob needs backup, and he's got a younger brother that looks as mean as he does. So, yeah, it could work, bro. They could honestly continue the bloodline story for the next 2 years. Just between, without Roman and the Usos, they could continue the bloodline saga for the next 2 years.
Yeah, but before we move on, by the way, this is not a bad point, to be fair. I think, Jesse, you brought this point up that he mentioned here. But I will say, Liam, what do you think is going to happen? Just quickly, who do you think wins?
I agree with Jester. Just get LA Knight out, absolutely smash him up. And
so you're saying, just put him.
Yeah, what's the point? The guy's got bro. Yeet is way over.
He can rest. Yeah, the Yeet's over. Yeah, but look, the stuff. It's just the promos, everything about it. I've noticed his look is mint. He can wrestle. His finish is pretty cool too. I don't mind it. Like it reminds me of the Skull Crushing finale. It's pretty basic, but like even the Dirty Deeds from Dean Ambrose, it's very direct.
It's very
But
dark and quick, yeah.
His look is fine. His body is fine. Everything about him he suits wrestling. But I don't know. He just comes across as
I think you don't like
white.
his gimmick. I don't think you like his gimmick. I think that's what it is. I don't think you like his
I
gimmick.
want him to be serious. Like more. I hate the clown. Like, the way he talks. Like I think he needs. Like he
needs to go heel?
either needs a serious heel turn, like a fuck where he drops the shit, or he needs to be involved in a feud that is personal, like not just egos, Logan Paul, AJ Styles type shit. Like he needs something serious. Like, but I'm not knocking the man. The man has a mind for wrestling. He's got the look for wrestling. He's been in it a long time. I have no doubt that when they realize he's nothing but mid card and under, and he gets into more of a backstage role, he'll probably become an excellent producer. But I just don't rate him. Like for me personally, I wasn't behind him with the TNA thing, the NWA. He had a little bit of a cult following building up to WWE, and I never, even at NXT, I never seen it. I just didn't. Wasn't for me. So, like, someone I could compare him to that has the same look, had a catchphrase, had an entrance, but my God, I was just in awe of everything he did. Bobby Roode. Like, Bobby Roode and LA Knight are like carbon copies of each other, basically, in terms of their rips of previous gimmicks. They both look the same. They both do the generic, almost Triple H style, methodical, slow wrestling. Bobby Roode was 10 times more entertaining, and he's backstage producing now. So, yeah, that's how I feel about that.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I say we move on though.
Yep.
And the next one is, I would say the next one is going to be Jade Cargill and Naomi. Now, obviously, Naomi turned heel. She's the one that attacked Jade Cargill. You know what I'm saying? And since then, I mean, she was teaming with Bianca Belair. And then eventually, by the time they lost the tag titles and they got to the Elimination Chamber, Jade Cargill pulled up, attacks Naomi. Naomi gets exposed because Bianca tested her. Naomi, obviously. And then it's just been Naomi and Jade Cargill ever since. You know what? Naomi is actually good when she's heel.
She's killing it.
Yeah,
her look, the best look she's probably ever had. And
I actually rate the gimmick.
The packaging of the gimmicks, like whether it be a promo work, whether it be a pre-recorded, like everything she's done so far has been really good. Everything she's done so far has been really good. And I mean, there's two ways. Like, again, it's one of the, all right, Jade's winning because it's Jade. It's WrestleMania. She's been out for a while. They really need to, like, hammer home that Jade can wrestle. She can. But you know what I mean? Like, Naomi, again, the heel turn thing, like, if you don't, the heel turn's only just happened. So it's not like the trigger needs to be pulled straight away. A loss to Jade Cargill at WrestleMania is not going to affect a heel turn, so to speak, like against the biggest monster in the women's division. I think Jade, just because it's Mania, she's a star. They can't have too many. They can't have too many heels winning. But I just can't. As much as they've done well with Naomi's packaging already, like she's actually come across as like dastardly. And no matter what, like even they could present this so well on commentary. You put them one-on-one in a match and start having Naomi out wrestle her or get her frustrated, and you could put that over so easily on commentary as like here's the 15-year veteran running circles around the person who's barely wrestled a day in their life. Like, and here's the big, angry, muscly woman getting aggressive because she can't, get like they could tell a story there 100% if they wanted to. But I think we still get squash match. But a part of me hopes and thinks like that Naomi's character now is going to get something out of the match. You know what I mean? She'll look good and make Jade look strong. Like, but I think Jade goes over 100% just for, like I said, Mania, and they want her to be packaged as the Black Rhea Ripley. So, you know what I mean? Like, I think Jade wins.
Bro, you know what? I'm going bold. I'm saying Naomi. You want to know why? I actually think she's going to form a new faction at that match. I actually think she's gonna probably form a faction with what's that called in NXT? That Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend. I think she's gonna form a faction with them. I feel like they're gonna interfere in the match, and it's gonna cost Jade Cargill the win. Like Cargill will look like she's gonna win till that moment happens, and then I feel like Naomi wins.
The main roster doesn't need more female accessories.
I know, but listen, I'm telling you what I feel like will happen.
That would be cool. That would be cool. That'd be a twist. Like I said, there's a part of me too that there's a part of me that feels like Naomi could, like I said, win by a dastardly type means. And a faction, I don't know. I mean, the shit they gave one to Liv Morgan, basically. Yeah, I could see him doing it with Naomi. I mean, they've done it with all of them now. All the girls at some point that are a veteran have had their kind of own little trio, duo, whatever. So, yeah, I could see it. Choice.
And it suits Naomi's gimmick, whatever she's doing right now as a heel. So, listen, man, I'm gonna go bold and I'm gonna say Naomi win. I get your point about Cargill being the face of or wannabe face of the.
I want her to be. I'm not saying she is, and I'm saying if they really want to tell a good story, a truthful story, they have an actual match that Cargill wins, but in the story of the match is Naomi very much out wrestles her and gets her frustrated, and Jade has to overcome that if they give them an actual match. But I doubt they give them an actual match. I guarantee their entrances are longer than the actual match. Their entrances combined, guaranteed, will be longer than the actual match. And I'm not going to complain because those two entrances, especially Jade's, but I mean even Naomi's a banger, field glow, man. It's going to be over after that. It's going to be cinematic entrances, and then I think it's going to be a squash match. But I kind of hope you're right because Jade has already had enough squash matches, bro. She had 40 of them in AEW before she come to WWE. Like, and Naomi deserves better than a squash match too.
I'm giving her the win.
But can Naomi carry Jade to a good 10 minutes women's wrestling match? I don't know.
Yeah, same. I don't know.
That's where I'm saying that like they get it and like they, who knows, they could have been fucking training together this whole last 6 weeks or so, but they're getting the segments and they're getting the promos on the show. So who knows what they get at Mania, but I still predict nothing. Like they get nothing.
Yeah, brother. Before we move on, Liam, do you want to just predict?
Yeah, I want Jade to win. I want Jade to smash her. I can't stand Naomi whatsoever personally. But I agree with Zia, and I think they actually carry the story on going through, and just especially if they're trying to make her a monster. If what Zia
the trio thing, yeah,
you know, you just beat her down,
but then
she overcomes everything.
But then that means you bring up two NXT girls to get absolutely cannon foddered by Jade for the next 2 months, man. Like
Jester, that's how they operate. You have to think how they usually.
I know that is how they operate.
That is, like
that's why so much NXT talent gets buried, bro.
Bro, the thing is, I remember watching Lash Legend, and I think she was teaming with Jakara Jackson. It was in that what was it, Fatal 4-Way tag team? It was in Crown Jewel. She actually killed him. Legend.
Look, I don't personally. I don't know much about both of them.
I actually think she has potential.
The only one, and it was because of the women's rumble. After the women's rumble, B-Fab got my attention all of a sudden, and she's been there forever, man. But after the women's rumble, I was like, yeah, B-Fab's all right. She's good. I like B-Fab, but that's about as far as my knowledge goes for the NXT call-ups at the moment, basically, and the ones that have been there for a little while in catering, like besides Maxine. But yeah, that would be good. I agree. That'd be mad. It's a good call.
By the way, before we move on,
Trick Williams has her, bruv. Yeah.
Bro, hasn't he already had a few of them? Like, truthfully, hasn't he already been through
all I know is like
he's like Bron, bro. Bron went through like 3 of them by the time he even got to the main roster, bro. Like, and he had Cora Jade. Like, think about that, dude. Like, I'm not a Cora Jade fan, but that girl is like this big. Bron is, and like you look at where she's gone since they broke up. Like, she's become Paige version 2, and she's got everything done and that. But just think of, he would have been a fucking caveman, and he was like a little child. It's weird. I'm sorry, it's weird for both of them.
No, I get it, bro.
It's weird to me. Like, Bron he's a monster though. Like, he's a monster. But to me, she's never been appealing. She's, even now, she looks like a little girl that's at this point had a shitload of plastic surgery to try and make herself look like a woman. Like, that's all she is to me. She's this little girl. I can't stand her. I know a lot of people simp over her so hard, but I cannot stand her.
Wait, who? Cora Jade?
Cora Jade, yeah, I can't stand her. She's just another, I don't know, like, even everything, I feel like everything she's tried so far is like, I've tried to be Sasha, I've tried to be AJ, I've tried to be fucking Alexa, like, she's tried to be all of them and failed. Paige is her path, bro. I swear, she's slowly becoming Paige. And I mean, Paige did it first, and Paige was hotter. And English. That worked for her too. But Cora Jade, I don't know. I just don't like her. She just comes across as trash. Like, looks like a trash human. Like, she genuinely, I believe that Cora Jade would be exactly like her gimmick in real life. Like, wow. Yeah.
Right.
Anyways, moving on from NXT.
Word to Floss, tell them how you feel, bro. You get me? So, it is what it is. But yeah, I said we move on. Wait, Liam, I asked you for your prediction, didn't I? Yeah, you said Naomi.
Yeah. And he's called you. It's a good thing.
Yeah, but hey, listen. Next one. Oh, this is an interesting one. El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio.
Hang on, I got to get a special guest for this one.
There you are.
I got a special guest specifically for this.
I said the special guest. Oh, no. What's he going to get, bro? In the meantime, may as well have Liam in, bro. Liam, what's going on there, bro? What's he doing? Oh.
Hey!
Wait, 1 second.
Wait, why am I main screen? What's going on?
There you go. Now put back.
All right. How you going? I'm Australiano El Grande, and Jester's he's out there somewhere. He's not feeling well. He had to take a few moments. He said he was sick. I'm the greatest Australian luchador wrestler of all time. You might not have heard of me, but Australian El Grande Australiano, a Captiano Australiano, #1 Australian luchador of all time.
Wait.
Hey.
Wait. No, that's crazy. No, that is absolutely crazy. No, Jester, what?
I love it.
No, but guys, on a real, yeah.
Like, I'm sold, bro.
This is an interesting one. That's an interesting one. Should I go first, or I'll go
get
first.
it out of the way. I think it's a trash match.
Listen, I mean, this feud's been interesting. I'm low-key, I can't lie. I mean, the only thing I didn't like about it was that whole, what was it again, vignette that in the beginning they done, but otherwise,
I won, yeah.
And I got And I'm not gonna lie, I actually fell for the trap because I thought it was Ray Phoenix. But
Yeah,
obviously,
you
Ray
got baited
Phoenix
hard
fought
for it.
Yeah. Obviously,
But
he
that was
fought
the
on
point.
SmackDown 2 matches, and yeah, he's actually performing well there. But by the way, it is obviously Chad Gable. You know what I mean? And yeah, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I think Rey Mysterio beats him and then exposes him for who he is, which is Chad Gable.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I think that's what it is. Beat him, remove the mask. Done.
Look, what has been the point of this whole thing? I don't even know, man.
You're
Like
just gonna have Rey Mysterio beat him, then he's gonna remove the mask.
when he went to like the dark arts thing, bro, like I thought it was going to lead to Penner or Phoenix. I don't know. Like I just, some people thought Dom, you know, like I just don't know. I swear they had something planned and it didn't work out, or like they were going to get Andrade to do it and he was like, nah, no bueno. I don't fucking know, man. But like the fact that it's already dragged out, this it's like when Hogan came out, you know, as the Patriot, and Vince McMahon was like, "You're Hulk Hogan, damn it!" And he's like, "No, brother, I'm the Patriot." And like that went on for like 2 months and culminated in a match between Vince McMahon and the Patriot, who clearly wasn't Hulk Hogan. Like we've been here before, we've done it. I feel like the only thing it ever achieves is just shows how flexible Chad Gable is. That the dude can do anything. Like he just makes anything that he's like. He gets shoveled shit and he turns it into diamonds. Like, he's so funny. And also, like, man, the actual like whatever the fuck it was that delivered that headbutt shit. Like,
bro,
even you can literally see it. His head's like out like this. It looked like a puck or some shit, like a stretched out puck or something. I don't know, but it looked legit when she gave it to him and he was like sticking it up there. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Some
and then when he did the dive and headbutt was how it would fuck your own face. But anyways, it was funny. It was funny.
Can I tell you what I found funny? I actually funny and predictable. I found it funny when all these guys got sent to the back last night. I'm like, yeah, Grande Americano is definitely pulling a mad one. You get what I'm saying? And man had the same thing, that metal thing on his mask again, bro. This guy he's shameless. He's so shameless.
Yeah, even that, like that'll probably slip out at some point. That's probably it'll slip out. He'll be like, and the ref's gonna be like, what is this? And then Ray will like roll him up, pull the mask off or something, and he'll be like, no. But yeah, it'll be. I mean, it'll be the comedy spot for Mania. We don't really have a comedy spot so far. So yeah, I mean, except when Logan Paul beats AJ Styles, that'll be a comedy spot. But whatever. So yeah, good call.
Yeah, well, I'm going with Mysterio. Are you going with Mysterio?
Yeah, Mysterio, same.
And Liam, you?
Yeah, same.
So so it's may as well all okay, cool. I say we move on then. So we don't waste time on this one. You know what? The next one, because there's only 2 more matches. Oh, time to go through it, guys. Tiffany v Charlotte Flair.
Bro, what a few weeks it's been, huh? It's literally the only thing that's been worth talking about over the last 2 weeks.
Right. Tell me about it, bro. You know what I mean? It got to a point that like Charlotte's talking about
Ludwig personal now.
DMs, bro.
It's personal now. And Charlotte was the one taking it down that path. Also, before we even get into the promos, whose idea was it? If it can't be, I believe that a lot of the women dress themselves. How did Charlotte think it was a great idea to dress exactly like a hotter, curvier, younger version of herself? Like, they literally wore the same thing in that promo. They were both wearing this like black lacy.
Yeah.
Like you go, like honestly, you go back and look at it. There's only like one bit of difference, man. Charlotte's wearing like a shorts thing with the leggings, and Tiffany's with like full leggings. It's the same thing. They're wearing the same fucking thing. And when they're side by side, you've got Charlotte, Tiffany. That alone. Like it was like, I mean, people are calling her fucking grandma, bro. They're being like it's getting bad. She's like 38, you know, like it's brutal. She's the same age as me, and people are calling her fucking grandma, right? But this feud is like, it's like the old days with Mickey James and shit, like the old stuff, you know. But like it's Charlotte, it's different now. Like, but it feels, what's going on, man? It feels personal now. Like, and we knew that with the, I don't know, and like I don't know if they're feeding the shit with the dirt sheets either. But from what we'd heard with that first promo, was that Charlotte buried it, and it looked like that too, like that they were, you know, when they were doing the one with Wade on the TV, like one was here, and Charlotte just kept fucking barking at her. And then the next one, what apparently derailed that promo was when Charlotte impersonated her. When Charlotte did the voice thing and went, and Tiffy reacted instantly, like back to her voice. And apparently, because like what was scripted wasn't anything like at all what we got at all. Like they literally, like they got the first point, and then the next 4 points is what was scripted, bro. Like it just went way off. The moment Charlotte attacked her voice, the power thing, even apparently the power quote was different, right? And it backfired on Charlotte, something fierce. You hear that? That's power. And then fucking 2 minutes later, Tiffy was able to, what time is it? Tiffy time. You see that? That's power. Like Charlotte was trying to bury her, and Tiffy just threw it back in her face. Like she held her, like it was literally like, it was like the week before. They were on TVs in 2 different locations, and Charlotte didn't give her a chance.
Oh, the interview, yeah.
This time, they were in the ring together, and Tiffy was going to give her a chance, but she was going to fucking burn her and bury her, and just honestly, like even the mic drop bit and then the Charlotte back at it, like it was car crash TV. It was cringe TV, but it rode that reality blurring line that WWE really love to do lately, of like it's a work, but it's a shoot. It's a work, but it's a shoot. It was cheap shots, and cheap shots that even in wrestling are like, what are you doing, man? Like, but it's personal. It feels so fucking personal now. Oh, I knew going into it, and I said the moment Tiffy won the Royal Rumble, the moment Charlotte won the Royal Rumble, I was like, moonsault. We could possibly get one of the best women's wrestling matches ever here. You know, like I didn't care, and I didn't want Charlotte, but straight away I was like, that's the picture. I could see it. That's the picture. And it hasn't at all been about what potential wrestling match they could have at all, in the way like Charlotte and Rhea, or Bianca and Rhea, and Bianca and Sasha, and they're hopefully gonna have that match. I hope the communication doesn't break down and we end up with a Nia Jackson Charlotte situation. But because if Charlotte, and she's notorious for it too, Charlotte no sells at any point, it could get ugly out there. And I think the way the feud's going too, and just the negative, I genuinely think this is the downfall of Charlotte Flair, like as the queen. Not only like she's self-proclaimed, she's been put in the position for so long, but people have still, like, she earned the respect and shit. I think this is the genuine downfall, like her dad before her, like her life, her wrestling ability. Like she's at that point now where she's a Flair, and she's, the rest of her life from here on out is living on her coattails of what she's already done. And I genuinely think I think it hurts her that Tiffy is this, like, even that line about fucking, what were you doing when you were 27, Charlotte? And she was like, oh, I was like, and Tiffy was like it was the ultimate burn. Like, it's not even about the Nepo baby thing. It's like, you act like you're the queen. You act like you're the queen of this shit. Like, you're the greatest one ever to do it. And you didn't even get into it until you were like 30 years old, is basically what Tiffy was saying. She's like, I've dreamed of this day since I was a teenager, and I was watching you, and I didn't go and play another sport and fail. I've come here and succeeded straight away. And now I've already done everything you've done, albeit haven't lost as many times as you have, because that's all. And when I was a kid, it was like 16-time world champion means you lost 15 times. Who gives a fuck? Like, it's a shit statistic. It means you can't hold on to a title. You know, like, I genuinely feel
it's actually legendary, in my opinion.
That 100%. And then even Hogan back in the day, Punk's 434. There's a lot of them, individual reigns, 100%. That's what makes it, you know. And then even someone like fucking Mick Foley only having the world title for one fucking day or whatever, his reign's like still one of greatest memorable moments in history. It means so much more than someone who's done nothing.
I will say though, you know, like, for example, John Cena, he's about to we'll talk about that later, but like, example, he's on 16, right? Like, the fact that he got, like, story-wise, obviously, or maybe you can even say in reality, got back up from losing. That's maybe why they push that statistic. It's because when you lose, you get back up, you win again, yada, 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 you know? It's one of them. Yeah. But I do hear you. If I was asked, would you rather win that many titles? When I was younger, I would have said I want to have more of the titles. But when you deep it, in reality, you'd rather hold on to a title for longer, because you haven't lost. Then you've been winning all this time.
Well, it's like, even as you, as a wrestling fan, could you name one Ric Flair reign? Like, as a historian, you know what I mean? Well, I can't.
I mean, I think a good portion of them was in WCW, weren't they?
They were, and I was like, I grew up with that. Like, but even by the time I was watching it, he was never, like, he hadn't been world champion for like 4 or 5 years, bro. 92 was like the last time. Like, the WWF Royal Rumble one. That's the most memorable, when the Royal Rumble had the world title on the line and Ric Flair won it. One and only time he won the WWE title. And then prior to that, he wrestled Sting and Ricky the Steamboat Dragon and Great Muta a couple times. Like, that was what he was remembered for. Whereas you look at, like, Punk, bro, that one reign is like, look at Roman, that one reign. Look at Cena, how many of his reigns? Like, Goldberg, I fucking hate Goldberg. Look at Goldberg's reign. Like, a true champ. Like, so yeah, Charlotte, I don't know. Bottom line, Tiffy's winning. Yeah. Charlotte wins. They've dropped, like, it's all for nothing again. Charlotte wins. It's all for nothing again. And they're obsessed with making her equal or beat her dad's record. And if you do that, you've still got a Flair holding that number one fucking. So no, Tiffy wins. Cena wins. Flair's out. Fucking.
We'll get to Cena one after that one, but.
You know what I'm getting mean, though. You know what I mean. I don't.
Yeah.
She only needs two. She only needs two.
Yeah.
But she equals it, I think. She equals it. If she wins it again, she equals her dad, I think. She's had 15.
Cena before Cena probably breaks it.
So, but Cena's equal to Cena would break it. Yes. So, yes.
Only for Charlotte to break it the following year.
That's and she'd be 40. Yeah. Anyways, Tiffy time, mate. Tiffy time.
Yeah, Liam, are you Tiffany or Charlotte? Just so I know if I put all.
I think Charlotte wins it, mate. I know you're not going to want to hear it, but I think she wins it, and I think they build it up to SummerSlam.
I'm not gonna lie,
but
from
what
she's getting a poor track record at Mania too, so that is a good enough reason to give it to her.
But from what Jester said, and with all of the promos and going off script and all of this and all the heat and so on, I actually think she's going to get booed out of the building if she wins.
That's it. I think she's fucked up. Like, I genuinely think, she's ruined her reputation, like, on so many levels now. Like, she's already had one. She's had one for so long. It's been, like, look at the Becky stuff, you know, dropping the titles and shit. She's always been even back to NXT, man, she's always been a prima donna. She was not the least talented out of those 4 girls, but she was the one who had to do the least to get where I genuinely think she's done. Like, even honestly, she is a joke that she is the age she is and that she's fucking been divorced 3 times. Like, she's a joke. Like, she's a joke. She's my age and she's been divorced 3 times and she doesn't even have fucking kids. That's a joke.
Yeah.
Like, the woman's life is a mess. She is her father's daughter. And Ric Flair was already over the hill at her age and had already hit his prime and spent the next 37 fucking years clinging and clawing and scratching and trying to hold on to any form of glory and showing his droopy bits for a lifetime. Like, you know, like, it's just, he became a parody. Ric Flair became a parody. The Ric Flair I grew up with is a parody of the Ric Flair that was, and women don't have that. It's not Mae Young and Moolah, bro. Like, you know, Charlotte can't go away for 30, 40 years and then come back and be an old woman gimmick wrestler. Like, if she goes down that path, like, she's already there. She's the roster don't respect her. Even the company don't want to book her anymore properly. That's why, you know, there's creative clashes and plans all the time, and she's now kind of becoming injury prone. She's standing in front of a younger, prettier, more talented, thicker version of herself, and she's still trying to desperately plead with the audience to why she matters.
That must be a legend right there.
Mae Young is a hardcore legend. Moolah's a piece of shit.
Title,
Mae Young. But yeah, I think she's lost in every way, and I think she will get booed out of the building so bad that it could even be like audible shit. But I don't think there's any way they're going into this Mania with Tiffy booked to lose, but I have felt like that before with other champions going into Mania when it's been Charlotte as the opponent, because this will be like the 4th time. And she fucked Rhea over before, and then Rhea got one back. So could we about to, like, even that Liam said SummerSlam, what if she wins and, you know, we don't get it back till Mania? But I just don't want it. I literally don't want. She's just cringe at this point. I think she's lost.
She does too much,
in
my opinion.
She's lost her ability to manipulate the audience. Like, even she was so overwhelmed the other day, bro. She tried yelling over him, which is always like the dumbest thing. She couldn't silence him with insults. She tried to plead with him. She tried to pander to him. She's a heel. And they were booing the shit out of her. And she tried to be like, oh, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. She lost. She lost, bro. She lost. She fucking lost. Like, and Tiffy was just looking at her like, you're getting roasted, bitch. Like, I've never seen Charlotte Flair in that position. And it was not scripted to be like that. So she's lost it. I think her life is unraveled. And she's come back to wrestling because her life's unraveled. And now, like, how's this too? Like, the whole Andrade thing, bro. Like, the WWE, the going and throwing and AEW and all that. Like, she's literally got to go back into the workplace now with the dude that she's just divorced, and he's in catering. Like, it's just it's a mess.
Yeah, it's a fucking shit show, personally.
It's a mess,
you know
man.
what? But
Tiffy, I'm sorry to stretch that one out, but it's. I've been like, if we reviewed SmackDown and shit, that would have been like, for me, it was all the Seth segments and the girls. Like, it's been nothing.
I understand, bro. No, listen, I'm just gonna say this very quickly, because I haven't even predicted. By the way, it's a tough one because I agree that with Liam that they could do this thing in which they try to give her that record and it's gonna be jarring as fuck. I remember even Amar and I had this debate about it. But bro, I'm sorry, it's about time that they move on from this Charlotte bullshit.
No, I agree.
And,
I agree 1000%.
and I think that whole segment, which turned down to becoming a massive shit show, which don't get it twisted, I found it kind of funny, low key.
Oh, it was brutal.
Oh, I don't know, but I'm the type of guy that's here for the chaos in it. But in reality,
no,
it's a fucking.
But that's the thing, though, isn't it? I won't take long. I'll be really quick. But that's the thing.
No.
Like, why did they tried to do Barbie versus Barbie? Why not just give Roxanne Perez a shot? Like, she doesn't have to win it.
Yeah, but why did she turn up on, what was it, last SmackDown? She turned up and lost to Tiffany?
Yeah.
Bro, I thought she was going to do a thing with Bayley, which we'll talk about Bayley's match later. But, bro, we could have... In my opinion, Bayley should have faced Roxanne.
Yeah.
But, different discussion for a different day. Anyway,
at least it's got us all talking. It has been that. Like, that's one thing. And Charlotte, you can at least guarantee on her for that nearly every time. But it has been the most talked about. Like, it was a nothing segment. It was nothing from people were like rolling their eyes when Charlotte won the Rumble, even though they could see the match. They could see where it was headed.
Yeah,
it's had more people talking about that. It's probably the second most talked about thing in WWE right now. So it's doing its job. As much as you hate Charlotte, and the future is Tiffy, and the crowd are getting behind her and that, but it's doing its job. Like, it's got me trying to read the lines and not knowing where it's blurred. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to like rewatch it and go, fuck, where did it happen? What was, you know what I mean? Looking at their actual human reactions and shit like that. Like, I genuinely think like this is the moment that Tiffy has said, I am an actual, like, this is it. I am here to do this. And you can't derail me, basically. I thought it was a big deal. It actually made me more interested in Tiffy than ever before. Just to know that Charlotte was trying to bury her and that she had to stand up for herself. Like, and she did it. And not many have been able to do it before her. So.
Yeah, but a good thing she's not catching in a Mania, bro. Like, we've seen enough. Yeah, listen. I say we move on.
Go.
And it's obviously it's obviously the night one main event. The favor is obviously the biggest talking point. This one. So from last time we chatted, I believe what was the last time? So we missed 2 SmackDowns, didn't we? So the last time
2 SmackDowns and a Raw. Give me 30 seconds, mate. I'm just going to take a quick leak.
Yeah, Liam's with me anyway, so I'll still.
But yeah, you talk with Liam about the intro to it.
Yeah. So basically, Liam and chat. But if you guys don't see Liam's a tiny screen in the middle. He's made himself tiny.
No, it's your show, man. I didn't want.
I know. But I found it funny.
I'll put myself where Jester is for now, until he gets back, and then I'll put it back.
Yeah, no problem.
Carry on, man.
I find it funny though. Like, I didn't even when I was halfway through this, I didn't even realize you put that tiny screen up. Now, but quickly, yeah, bro. Obviously the what was it called? It was from the favor, I believe, the last time when Punk said that. Yeah, the favor is you walk by my side. Roman's like, that's the favor. Actually, I have that clip up. Funny enough, that's the favor, and he starts laughing. And then next thing you know, Roman's thinking that Heyman's going to say that he's with Roman, but Paul Heyman does the whole...
Yeah.
I mean, like, well, bro,
no, my tribal chief, I can't do that.
So he does that, and then next thing you know, Roman was about to lose it, but Punk gives him a go to sleep. The next thing you know, Seth Rollins gets involved on Raw.
Can we just talk about that go to sleep?
Which one? The one on Roman?
The one that Punk did to Roman?
Yeah.
Did you see Roman's body? Like, that's all the only way I can body. Like, it is the greatest, like, look it up. There's multiple angles. It is the greatest sell that I've ever seen on a GTS. Like, not even Dolph Ziggler could have got this wasted from one single GTS, bro. Like, you have to look it up. You have to see it. Roman was like a body outline, like a copper body outline, bro. Like on the ground, like a cartoon, fucking leg twisted out that way. And he sold it, bro. He was like lying there face down for like 3 minutes. Like, but it was the single best GTS I've ever seen in my life.
But Roman's been good at selling, though, so I'm not really too shocked about that.
It was hilarious, though. You never see Roman in a vulnerable state like that. Like, he looked
broken.
broken.
I've seen him in vulnerable state, but I like when he moves his head around like he's dizzy and all that, and he coughs and that. Bro, it sells everything. But yeah, back to what I was saying, brother. Seth Rollins, I actually think Seth Rollins ever since has been the most interesting guy out of the three. Because
from day one.
Not master manipulating prick. Because this guy, he pulls up to Monday night and he starts telling Paul Heyman that Roman Reigns don't care about you because he didn't turn up when Solo Sikoa beat you up and all the goons beat you up, sent you packing, all that stuff. And with CM Punk, he just used you for a favor when you were asking for help for the War Games. So it's one of them ones now in which he's like, let me save the industry, and my favor is you stay out the way.
You forgot one of the most important things that he said there, too, about the War Games thing.
What did he say again about the War Games?
Who did they go to first?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. I actually forgot.
Him.
Exactly, yeah.
Bro, it's the part of all it sums, this storyline, man. And it's been going on longer than we can even remember. Like, it is, and Seth's involvement in it and reasoning in it, like, this is the stuff that I've been hammering home, that, like, to me, he's the real main story. He's the main character of WWE to me. Like, and it's stuff like this. Like, this is that man has been shoveling shit for too long. Other people's shit. You know, and Last Mania is like the greatest example of it. Like, I've got to. You watch Botchamania, bro? Botchamania. You should start watching Botchamania, or even we together should do reviews of Botchamania, because there's stuff in it that just you would love it. You would love it. There was one relating to this, like, Seth fucking is on the money, bro. Like, I genuinely think Seth's winning. I think we're getting the Seth Heyman realignment. Like,
oh, interesting. By the way, can I just say we both agree, Liam? What do you think?
Paul Heyman's got to be with Seth. 1,000%.
So we all think Seth Rollins is winning.
1,000%.
All right, no. So is that just who Paul ends up with, or who wins the match? So, or it's the same thing. Whoever gets Paul Heyman wins.
Who do you think wins the match, Chester?
I think Seth wins. I think, like, and it's so fucking rare to have a closing segment of whoever's standing tall is the person that wins. And Seth was standing tall this week. There are so many reasons that I think if Seth wins, the story goes on. Most importantly, if Seth wins, the story goes on.
Roman Reigns. But it's going to be with Roman Reigns, though.
Do you not think Punk? I don't like Punk. I haven't liked him since he's come back. In my opinion, I think he's too old. But at the same time, like, the whole point of him getting a main event, surely he should win that main event, no?
It's not the way WWE work. A WrestleMania main event is a WrestleMania main event. You're in the match. You're booked in the match. You're marqueed in the match. Your name is on the marquee. And that's why I immediately see last time that Seth has not main evented as much as he closed a show. He was scheduled to open that show in a nothing burger match with Randy Orton. And nobody was going to that match to go, I can't wait to watch Seth Rollins walk out as the world champion at that Mania. The main event at that Mania. And nobody was going, I can't wait to see anybody walk out as the world champion. They didn't give a fuck. That's why they pulled the Seth Rollins thing. They had to. But their whole build up to that, they did not have him build. And like, he was an afterthought. And he knows he was an afterthought. It was a swerve. and he's been used as a swerve every year since. Like, he has not main evented himself in a true fashion of the sense. He had night one at WrestleMania last year, tag match that implicated night two. That he was like, even his involvement in night two, he was there. He was fucked. He was genuinely like, I've never seen a dude so beat up. You know, after what he'd been through over he was hurt, clearly hurt, and he still went and did his bit. And then this year, he's done that all year. He's been a bit player, like his character has always been right fucking there in the background, like a little. If they're a face or a heel, whatever, he's like this annoying fucking mosquito that just won't stop biting him and saying, "I'm still here. I'm still here." And then every feud he gets put in, matches, bangers. Like, I genuinely think no dude has been more. Like, I don't know. I feel like someone like Hunter appreciates him. I feel like backstage they know he's the GOAT. He's the workhorse.
Yeah, The Rock even said it once in his video.
Roman's the locker room leader, and they all love and respect him, and he's the family man and everything like that. But Seth's the guy that they all want to go out and like be able to replicate what he does. You know, and I genuinely believe that. And I agree wholeheartedly what Liam said about Punk too. Especially, like, I even felt the same way with Punk's come back to AEW. And I was watching AEW a lot at the time. I was just, the best thing he did over there was the MJF feud, and he still in the end won that feud. So, like, old man, you know, beating up a 25-year-old monster of a dude, like, same thing. Since he's come back here, like, even, bro, think of the day he come back. What was it? Survivor Series, War Games. Fucking, we're going on a year and a half or so now. Like, and think of how good that match was. What that match was. Like, even the way WWE did that, it was so disrespectful. Like, to everybody that was in that match.
Randy,
and they knew it. They knew it too. And they did it. And it was going to play into their story, but it was still real. Like, that War Games match was like a year of story to get there. And then they had their culmination of it. And 30 seconds later, it meant nothing. Because marks, WWE marks, especially, no matter what he'd done, no matter what he'd said, no matter what they all fucking said about him when he was in AEW, they were all like, CM Punk! And then we went from there. And admittedly, I was just like, why? I don't care. And then the Drew feud. And bro, Drew is Seth. He's the same thing. He's been through the same thing. He just hasn't been there as long. He has. He had to go away and come back. Seth's been there the whole time. Drew was the chosen one, etc. The WWE stint during the COVID era. Like, that dude has been relegated and ignored and stomped on and fed shit as much as Seth has. And everything about his character, his gimmick, all that, the whole Punk feud was like, this guy's right. How are people cheering for CM Punk?
Yep.
Like, seriously, like, wrestling fan or not, you were like, Drew's been the guy. They were cheering him for being the guy. And he's saying all this shit that's true. And now Punk's back and they're like, boo, Drew. Like, I'd never seen a reality flip like it. But where that feud went, like that Hell in the Cell match is nearly the best one I've ever seen. Like, I've watched it 3 times. Like, it's Punk's old. He's selfish. He's barely put anybody over. But the work rate, he's going to SmackDown, he's going to Raw, he's doing every pay-per-view. Did the Rumble, big stint.
Yeah, it's not like he's leaving for a time and then
did Chamber, did Hell in a Cell, doing cage matches with Gunther in Germany. Like, the dude's, he's old. He looks old. And he's putting in one of the runs of his life. Like, and I'm a CM Punk fan of the best in the world, 2013. Like, He's killing it. I didn't want it to work, man. But like, just because of all that, you still give him that main event. Like, Seth's right. Like, he's still got the main event. He's still even, you're right. There's this line. This again, Botchamania. There was a bit in AEW where he was in his feud with Max MJF, and he was like, because MJF at the time was teasing that he was going to go to WWE, and like, you know, his contract.
Crashing Greener on the other side. Is that one?
Yep. You remember that promo? And he goes, "Go ahead, Max. Fucking go headline night one of a fucking 4-night all you can eat pay-per-view extravaganza." Fucking, he just got the exact
and now
same
he's
thing.
got the main event.
He just got the exact same thing, and he fucking cried about it. So there's bits of me that are like, all right, but the fan of Punk that I was way back when, and especially the reason he left, Daniel Bryan, I was all for it. I was like, no, this is fucked. Like, this is fucked, you know, like, and then you look at where that went and culminated in Daniel Bryan getting the main event at WrestleMania. And it all kicked off with Punk walking out because and it wasn't him. Someone else had been done wrong by, and he was like, look, I know I'm not getting it. Now they're not giving it to this guy when they should. I'm done. I'm walking away. And then he's come back, and this is the whole thing's been point to the sign, main event, you know, and then Seth, everything I said about Seth, everything I said about Drew, even Roman to a point. Roman only became part-time when he became the tribal chief, and that's part of his health and just what they did with him. It worked. You know, like, it worked. But Punk, I don't know. I want Seth. He goes into another, like, I just want Seth. It's story-wise, I think it continues it further than it can ever go.
Yeah.
Just realigning Heyman with Punk permanently. You're not going to reignite the summer of Punk. No way in hell. Punk ain't going on that run ever again, ever. When you look at the current crop, like, he ain't. And, you know, like, essentially back then, Gunther's the Ryback now. Like, Punk and Gunther, like, yeah, that's, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not going to be the same anymore.
We're eventually seeing something like that, though. That's the thing you need to understand. We're eventually going to see something like that.
I could see any of it happening, bro. The only thing I can guarantee out of it is that Roman Reigns walks out with nothing.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. That's all I can guarantee.
Yeah. By the way,
right.
We need to talk about Roman. By the way, we didn't talk about Roman enough.
He's getting ignored. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he's.
No, I was gonna say the good thing as well is and this is I always like to. You know what? Sometimes TikTok is a beautiful thing. Sometimes. You want to know why? Because I've been seeing clips of what Cody Rhodes said about Roman Reigns 2 years ago, when he said, "You're gonna lose them. You're gonna lose Jimmy. You're gonna lose Jey. You're gonna lose Solo. You're gonna lose Paul Heyman. And then all you're gonna be ending up is by yourself once you lose that title."
Yep.
And it's all coming full circle.
And I called that would continue last Mania. I called that, like, that especially like the way the bloodline went by 6 months after the recent Mania. Like, that was what I was saying was the end, not the end story, but like this version of Roman Reigns, like the tribal chief Roman Reigns, the bloodline, everything. That version of him ends when he's got nothing left. Like, and whatever comes after that is possibly and probably the scariest, most dangerous version of Roman Reigns ever.
The most desperate ones, yeah. And that's when you start.
I don't even know desperate. The most bitter. Like, I don't know. Because this is the throw. I mean, even with the other, bro, the amount of throwbacks to the Shield stuff. Like, I'm going to send you this doco, bro. I watched it recently. You'd love it. It's the unreality of pro wrestling. And it's essentially talking about the main events that we have now and the main events from last year and how it all goes back to the Shield, you know, and like that one night like getting stabbed in the back. Like that was Roman Reigns' whole story arc about everything that he is, even when he was forced down our throats after, like it all started at that night. And even WrestleMania last year, he could have won the damn match. He chose to murder Seth. Like, it was so poetic. It was so beautiful. And in that moment, he'd lost everything. Like in that moment where he couldn't, as long as Roman can never let Seth go, he's, you know what I mean? So this is what I think too. This is another possibility. It's not Punk, but if he walks out with Punk, if Heyman walks out with Punk, and Seth and Roman cost each other, then the possibility is that Seth and Roman have to look at each other and sort their fucking shit out. Because they both cannot win anything without fucking over the other one. Like, or lose anything. Like, it's been going on for like 10 years now. So, like, that's if that happens. If it's Punk, it's not going to be Roman. There's no way he walks out with Roman after the whole month of, like, if that still happens, then it'd be kind of funny when Heyman just turns around and hugs Roman and he's like, yeah, good bitch. Like, but I can't see it happening. The Seth thing, like that.
Yeah. Nah,
like Roman, where that takes Roman, where that takes Punk. Like, that means, like, even all the, you look at Punk and Seth, Punk won the feud. Not if Seth walks out with Punk at WrestleMania after winning. You know what I mean? Like, that takes that so much further than ever before. I genuinely think, like, it has the potential. Like, even if he walks out with Seth, then Punk and Roman have to look at each other and go, fuck. Like, and then even that, the marks, the dream team down the line, Punk and Roman. Like, you know, like, but it's the potential, bro. Like, this is, I don't know. It's like, how did Godfather 3 end? How did Star Wars 3 end? How did Lord of the Rings? Like, the potential here is, how do you fucking end it, or do you fuck it all up?
I think that's,
you know what I mean? Like,
a beautiful story here. I think the story that they're showing here, and I feel like maybe some people are missing out on it. You see the way Seth is kind of like playing his cards, right? Doing this thing with like Paul, like it is a strategy. You understand what I'm saying, right? Him telling Paul, you owe me a favor now. All of this, it's all set up. Like, this is the one thing I'll give credit to in WWE, Triple H, WWE is everything is planned further ahead. They always like to show like whenever like they make a story and they finish the story, right? You go back and you actually read through the lines and realize, oh shit, they were actually giving us all of these signs, but we never noticed it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think that what they're doing now with Paul is that they're trying basically, because now you saw yesterday with like the way Roman did and the way Punk has been doing with him, right?
They're all bullying him.
Yes,
they're all bullying him.
And the last week you saw how basically, you know, Seth was kind of just getting to, you know, Paul Heyman's like conscience, telling him, yo, remember this guy left you back 10 years ago while you were still here. Like Roman, Roman only used him when he didn't need you. When he lost his title, he was gone while you were getting beaten up by the. All of this is just great, because basically what he's trying to do is trying to get to his head. And the fact that yesterday Seth said he owes me a favor, but that favor is a choice. I think that's basically setting the setup is already there, that in the end, because people listen, I feel like people, you know, they're saying, oh, who could win this triple threat? I think Seth is going to win it. It's no doubt. Seth is going to win it with Paul's help. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's going to completely throw a huge swerve everywhere, right? But
I agree for the same reasons, because it is the biggest possible. It seems like the obvious swerve, but it's the biggest possible swerve that just leaves so much potential future storyline. Like, he ain't walking out with Roman because that's what we've had for the last few years. He ain't walking out with Punk because Punk doesn't need the. Punk doesn't need the
He's just there because his best friend. He's just there because his best friend in real life. That's what it is.
What you think that's like, at least in terms of story, that's the only reason?
No, I'm saying like he's just walking out with him and that's it.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah, like accompanying, like a prize fight, yeah, like I want you in my corner
The thing with
type thing.
Punk
That's
is
what you're
he's
looking
a
at,
Paul
yeah,
Heyman
like
guy.
Yeah, no. I'm saying he's just walking out, but then at the end of the show, Paul Heyman's not with Punk.
No, but this no. But here's the thing: you got to remember, even though yes, they calls him his best friend. The thing with Punk is he is a Paul Heyman guy. He's not a Paul Heyman guy like Roman. Like Roman, that's his wise man, right? So it's like when you
I was going to say the only person that Paul has ever stood up for is Roman Reigns. Like Paul's a coward. You've seen it with Seth and even with Brock. Like Paul would rather run away, whereas he took a beating for Roman Reigns.
Yeah, but that's the
Like-
thing. But this all
Yeah,
fits
but
into the
Molly, keep
story.
in mind
But this is the
with
thing.
Roman Reigns, it changed the what you call it, the management changed.
No, but also remember this also, guys. Do you know why I think yesterday's show was very important? That shove is very important. You know why? Because everything that Seth told Paul last week about him getting beaten up, him taking a beating from Solo and all of them, right? For Roman, right? Him coming back, like literally. Do you remember when Roman came back at SummerSlam, right? He was trying to basically fight all of them, and he couldn't do it on his own. And it was actually Paul who actually got Punk to work with Roman and the Bloodline at Survivor Series. That was all Paul's doing. You understand what I'm saying, right? And it all started why? Because when Roman realized he could not deal with the Bloodline problem with Solo, he decided to call the wise man. You understand what I'm saying?
Also, and again, going back to that, who was the first person that Paul suggested?
Exactly. And last week, and what we saw yesterday, that shove, it could trigger something in Paul where it can be like, well, do you realize what I've been through the whole of last year because of you? And then the one time that I need your help, you decide to turn your back on me. So,
Roman is being very ungrateful to his wise man.
Exactly. And then
And that was
100%.
and he can use that.
Roman has almost been back, like acting like a heel again. He's so over as like this egotistical Superman. He's almost a heel again.
But that's the thing. That's what the character is supposed to be. Paul is the one that always looks out for Roman, but Roman always only looks out for Paul when it benefits him. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100. Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I agree.
You got to realize the CM Punk thing is not that different either, because CM Punk, when he came back to wrestling, right, he left WWE in 2014, right, and he was bad-mouthing the company while Paul was still in the company, right? He was trying to make, he was trying to basically make a name for himself.
He was trying to take bread away from their table.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, let's remember this: CM Punk coming back to help Paul wasn't to help Paul; it was to get a favor from Paul. You know
That's
what
what
I'm saying,
Seth
right?
mentioned. That's what Seth mentioned.
And that favor was always, and see, but that's the thing too. Paul thought, like in storyline mode, they're saying that Paul thought that favor was getting him the main event, but Punk is saying that's not the favor.
And that is why it's important, guys, because Paul Heyman's heel turn, I like the way they're doing it because it looks like a justifiable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's.
And that's what I love about. That's what I love about like this kind of like.
We need Paul Heyman as a heel again too. That's what I feel like.
Paul Heyman is the rightful. Like that's one thing I would say about wrestling now, right? One thing about Triple H's WWE, right? The heels usually have a good reason to become heels. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Reality.
You kind of look at it like
because they tell the blunt truth.
Yes,
Drew, Seth, KO. We're in that era now for wrestling too. Imagine Paul Heyman.
Now where people are not just heels because they're bad guys. They're heels because something.
They've been wronged. Yeah, they've been wronged.
And I think that when it comes to Seth, I feel like Seth, out of all the three, is going to be the one to turn heel, and he's going to be just like Paul, a righteous heel in his mind. Because I want you guys to really understand, right?
Someone said they want the return of the Messiah. And that they feel like that this, if he does turn heel, if he does align with Paul Heyman, the Messiah, Seth Rollins, playing this biblical godlike creature, who he doesn't even have to say anything because Paul's going to do it all for him. And if you give Paul the microphone to basically say what Drew, KO, and Seth have been saying for 2-3 years, Paul's going to say it in a way that people are just going to be like,
Paul will cook. Trust me. After
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this.
I'm arrested because we have to move as well.
Yeah, this is the last thing I'm gonna say, right? The thing with Seth is Seth being.
Honestly, this is good though, guys. This is honestly the truth. This is bigger than Cody and Cena now. This is bigger than Cody and Cena.
I think both of no, don't get it twisted. Both main events are perfect. You understand what I'm saying, right? Because
I think this is the best 2-night main event.
Exactly, because both of them you're looking forward to both. You understand what I'm saying, right? How both end, right? But this is the last thing I would say before you move on here, right? You see, when it comes to Seth's character, right? We know we talk about Roman, we talk about Punk, but the thing with Seth's character is Seth's character works well as a heel because let me tell you why it works well as a heel. It's because everything that he does is that he's the guy that tells everyone how wrong people are. He's the one that tells everyone Roman being on top is not a good thing. He's going to ruin this. He's going to do this. He's going to do it. He likes being the guy to always point the finger at everybody, right? He does that to Punk as well. Punk is not, Punk doesn't care about wrestling. Punk is this. I have to be the one to stop you too and all of this stuff. But the thing with Seth Rollins' character is as flawed as both of them. But Seth always likes to put all of his flaws under the carpet and hope that nobody notices. That's one thing about Seth's character. That's why yesterday the chair shot was a reminder to remind everyone this guy is not an angel.
Dude, like, right? For me,
he is not an angel. He is an actual bad guy himself who's done a lot of shitty shit himself, but always likes to tell everyone else that all of them are just as shitty, as bad. They're the bad guys, and he's the good guy trying to defend wrestling. Bro, I'm telling you, man, people need
and
to...
Amar, I agree with you 100%, but this is why I've been saying he needs to turn heel, brother.
Yo, he will be heel.
Yeah, 100%. I think.
Brother, I actually want that Seth win so that he turns heel. So like all this is just, you know what I mean? Like,
and also, you know why? He can become a ruthless heel now. Now he doesn't actually have.
It's not even about ruthless, man. He would just
because you know what it is. Everything he's been doing since the Royal Rumble has been heelish, like trying to take out, like trying to sneak
but so's Roman.
Exactly. So
and so's Punk.
Exactly. So now he can just be the biggest asshole here. Like he can just
that's what I want to do.
Yeah, but like now you can actually
and you know the best part is, and also this is the best part here, because when you're a heel, when you're delusional, like Kevin Owens when he was a heel, he believed that he was always the victim, and it was easy for us to hate him because it's like, bro, you are not that saint, but you like to pretend like everybody wronged you, like Drew McIntyre. He thinks everybody wrongs him, even though he is an asshole. Now, guess what? Seth can do the same. Seth can be thinking in his head.
Yeah,
but
if the
good guy, he's the savior. He's the
if
one
Heyman's the one talking,
everyone is the problem.
If Heyman's the one saying all that, though, he'll be so good. He'll be so good at saying it that the people watching will be like, like every time he says a line, the crowd's reaction will be like, oh, like there'll be that hush of like what they're saying. There's not going to be boos or cheers. There's just going to be like oh shit, he said that. Like
over time, he's just gonna go back to babyface.
And this is the thing, Zero, right? At the end of the day, do you remember that segment when Cody and Seth had that segment where this was before Elimination Chamber, when the whole thing was, will Cody sell his soul or not? And then Seth came out and he was like, what are you thinking, man? What are you doing this and doing this? And then remember what Cody said to Seth? He said, maybe the reason why The Rock didn't go to ask you for your soul is because you don't have one, because you already sold yours. That was, dude, I love that, because that was like one of the few times that somebody actually called out Seth for his hypocrisy.
Yeah, because Seth's character is...
And that is what Seth's character is. It's a hypocrite. Yeah. He's the guy who always calls people out, but he is also just done just as bad things in the past.
You're going around in circles, though. We all agree.
Because remember this.
Hang on.
Seth always does this thing. The thing with Seth's hatred for Punk is he talks about what Punk did 10 years ago. You guys,
but hang on. Rollins is exactly the same, and so is Roman. Because if you want to talk about 10 years ago, this is what I'm saying. Like I think Punk needs to be separated. I think Punk needs to be separated from this story. He's getting his main event.
Yeah. When he loses,
right? The end of this story, for me, like Dream World end of this story, is Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, 1-on-1 main event WrestleMania.
You know what?
That's how this shit ends.
Guys, you know when I think that match is
I
gonna
could see this main event SummerSlam.
It doesn't have
Thank
to
you,
be, but
thank you,
no,
Zip.
but it's but they deserve
No, they deserve
Mania.
They
Yeah.
deserve, but
They
yeah,
deserve
but
it,
bro,
but I
I
think
still
this
think
year-
that Roman Rock is lurking.
But it could be SummerSlam because SummerSlam. It'll be SummerSlam because SummerSlam would mark that it was exactly however many years since they had their one-on-one match last time that got thrown out.
Yeah, it's true. And also, can I and this is the last thing because I know Zero wants to move on, but this is the last thing I will say about this. Punk, I feel like with Punk and Seth, they have to kill this off at some point. You can't keep
But that's
doing
why.
this.
But that's why
You know what
Seth
I
has
mean,
to
right?
pin
So-
Punk. Just let Seth pin Punk, bro.
So I
Seth
think
pin
that
Punk.
I think what's gonna
This
happen
is
after
Punk got
WrestleMania
his main event. I think
is it?
genuinely think even for him, he'll look for a new feud after
No,
this.
he
I
will. But I
don't
think what's gonna happen is I feel
And
like
he'll get another main event. I'm calling it now. He'll get another main event.
another
So
Mania main event.
maybe.
I think he'll eventually get another Mania main event, and it's
But
gonna
this
be
is,
after
but this is
winning
what
the
is
Rumble.
important, Zir. At
I'm
the end
telling
of
you,
the
it's
day,
eventually
I don't think Seth and Roman's rivalry is gonna start after WrestleMania. You know what I think is gonna happen? I think
Yeah,
Roman is
same.
gonna be gone.
It'll cool
I
off
think
for a
Roman
little
is gonna
bit.
be gone for a little bit because he has
Yeah.
a part-time.
Oh yeah,
part-time
no,
match.
yeah,
So
obviously.
I think what's gonna happen is Punk and Seth after Paul Heyman sides with Seth is gonna be a rivalry now because now Punk hates both Seth and
But we only
and
just
Paul.
had that so soon ago, man. Like,
No, but that's the thing. But now it's different because now Paul is aligning with Seth. So now he actually
Oh
now
yeah,
has
so
a
there's a new
different kind of
motivation for Punk.
and that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing. But that
yeah.
rivalry
yeah, well,
is gonna
Seth
go
still has to come out on
around
top
Money in
then
the
because
Bank,
Punk's
and
gonna
then
have to
Paul-
shovel
and then
shit
Paul-
for the
and
next
then
6
Roman will
months to a
return.
year.
And Roman will return around Money in the Bank around July. You understand what I'm saying? And when he returns, guess what, bro? That's gonna now the story.
Yeah,
now, because that's the thing. You're
Yeah,
right.
but guys, we need to move
yeah,
on.
we
Go
do
ahead,
have to move on.
But before we move on, Omar,
But I
just
do,
want to-
I 100% agree, Omar. Like, I 100% agree. It's
yeah, but guys, before we move
it
on,
is the
to
biggest
where we
story.
were- but
Get your
before we
picks
move
in,
on-
so we're all official picks. Seth,
Yeah. So, Liam, you said Punk, right? You still sticking with Punk?
Yep.
Okay. And Omar, who are you saying? Seth? I'm
Seth
guessing.
is winning. Yeah, Seth is winning.
By the way, before we move on, I want to get to Omar's predictions for all the other matches. Just say the name quickly. Cargill, Naomi, who's winning?
Ooh, I think Cargill.
Cargill. Okay, so it's
Cargill.
tied because me and Liam said Naomi, and
Yeah,
the guy
because
above you.
remember, Cargill just returned. He can't lose in his first match back. They got to give him.
Yeah, but we
Don't-
basically
just do
said,
the
or
pick.
at least
I
I
mean,
said the faction.
I mean, because
the
if you
faction.
think
Next
about
match.
it, no, it's here.
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
one, next one, next one,
Because here,
next one,
we've
next one.
talked about how this is gonna end. It's gonna be Cargill and Bianca eventually. So Naomi in the story is not gonna be there for too long. So they're gonna have to do that. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. By the way,
Next match.
this next one, we all said New Day's beating War Raiders. Do you agree? Or
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen.
and then we all said that
What?
Mysterio's beating Americano.
Ooh, I mean, probably.
And
I
I
don't
said
even
that
find a
it's gonna be-
reason. Just make a pick.
Yeah, make a pick. I beg, brother.
Okay, I think Grande Americano and something is gonna happen. I feel like Gable is not Grande Americano for some reason. I don't know why. I
Bro,
feel
they
like
got
we're
the,
gonna see-
they both got the same tattoo, bro.
I reckon
Alright,
Australiano
alright.
El
You know,
Grande is going to
maybe
interfere.
they might win by taking his mask off or some crazy stuff.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Mysterio
Yeah,
wins and he takes
I'll give it to Ray then. Taking his mask
All
off.
right. This one I'm intrigued to hear what you say. I mean, LA Knight and Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu is winning that.
Okay,
Jacob Fatu
so-
is insane right now, man. They can.
So I'm on my own in this one. Okay, cool. Anyway, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair.
Fuck. I'm not gonna lie. This rivalry is actually picked up in the past few weeks. Like the off-script promos.
Because it's personal. We talked about it already.
Become personal. You know what, guys? I know I said that Charlotte would win, but something tells me that now I feel like Tiffany is probably gonna win this after that attack backstage. Like you remember the last Friday that attack that happened.
Oh, Charlotte attack on Tiffany.
They
Yeah,
filmed
yeah,
that
yeah.
well.
Are we doing night two as well, yeah?
I'm changing. I think Tiffany is gonna win. I think Tiffany's
Okay, and then Gunther Jey Uso, which we think
Jey Uso is winning. Jay's winning.
Oh, of course you say that because of the Hala Madrid.
No, yeah, that, and also. Oh, here we go. He's gonna play it. Go ahead, play it.
Well, before we move on,
Hala Madrid.
The thing,
I
man.
have to do that.
No, but at the end of the day, this is the right time to crown Jey Uso. If they don't crown him now,
oh
bro,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we all said that.
But yeah, only Jester is skeptical. He thinks Gunther will win.
I am, yeah. I'm going with a
Nah, they're gonna, bro. That's gonna complete, bro. They have been
going with like a Booker Mark
The thing
vote
is,
rather
Jey
than
Uso's
a
character is they've been,
whatever I
bro,
want to happen. It's what I
they've been
think
creating this
the
character
Booker's
for a
doing.
while now. They've been creating this character for a while now. It
I
has
agree.
to have a great ending.
I
in the
agree.
end.
But as someone stated earlier, the character is main event Jey Uso, and it ain't no main event. And that alone is
Mhm.
Yeah, that's another thing they need to stop with as well. The Royal Rumble bullshit.
What's that?
The
Oh
fact that
yeah,
they
yeah,
get the
I
main
agree
event.
100%.
Like, what?
Yes, go on.
they might as well.
Go ahead.
Because the moment that they gave the Royal Rumble winner the choice to pick champions, it was no longer the main event.
Yeah.
Like, and the moment NXT was involved in that, it was fucking stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
But they still do that.
But
too,
that's
so.
always been the case for Royal Rumble winners. They choose who they want
No,
to face.
no, not always, bro. Because there wasn't always two titles.
No,
It was,
you know what I think they need to do?
No.
the Royal
no,
Rumble,
no.
the Royal Rumble winner was always the WWE champion. It wasn't the big
But
gold.
you gotta remember, guys.
Elimination Chamber
Right?
was a big
Yeah, but
gold.
there was only one championship at the time.
Big Gold
though,
was
Jester.
No, but that's the
elimination
thing.
chamber.
You guys,
Yeah.
but you guys are talking about stuff in the 2010s. It's only in the 2010s that we started seeing
Bro,
seeing.
I'm
one
talking
champion.
about history
before
full
that,
stop.
we
They've
had
done like
WWE
30,
champion and
35
Raw
Royal
Heavyweight
Rumbles,
champion.
and it's probably
Yeah,
only
but
been
remember
5 of them have been in
in
an
the early
era where there's been
2000s,
two.
in the
Yeah,
early
but
2000s, we had two world titles. We had the
yeah,
SmackDown
with the show,
Championship
but
and the Raw champion.
wasn't it just if they were on the show that they went that
No, they
champion
would always pick.
because they were drafted?
Yeah, because remember, Randy Orton, when he won his first Rumble in 2009, he was a Raw
Oh, still,
superstar.
bro, you're
And
literally
remember-
talking about the worst era of WWE
No,
to have
but that's
been a
but
fan
my
in.
My point is, when Randy Orton won the Royal Rumble in 2009, he was a Raw superstar, and Triple H was a SmackDown superstar, and he was the WWE champion. But he faced Triple H, who was a champion of SmackDown, not his brand. You understand what I'm saying, right?
They're basically saying the relevance that even if you win the Rumble doesn't mean anything now. Like if you win the Rumble,
I feel like they can still choose. I mean, remember Shinsuke Nakamura when he
but you can't choose to main event WrestleMania.
on that night.
Like you can't.
Yeah,
it's gotten to the point where it's gotten to the point where stories can headline WrestleMania, not a title. Like Stone Cold and KO, bro. Like they headline and at a Mania too. Like as much as that was the main event, it's Stone fucking Cold.
Yeah,
they headlined a Mania on a night one where there were so many other dudes on the card that had been, building stories all year.
I feel like in my heart they should have made this match either the main event or the starting match. Because
we think it's going to be the starting match on the Saturday.
If the starting match on night one, it would be great because you know why?
I think that too. If they give us like, if they give us like 20, 30 minutes and tell a story, yes.
Exactly. When he wins, the fans are going to be intrigued for the rest of the show.
And I think we'll get. I don't know. I don't think we'll get claret. I don't think we'll get blood because it's so early in the show and they don't want to dirty up the mat. And it'll be daylight because of how early they start the show.
Yeah.
So even Jay's entrance and Jay, actually, no, 100%, because Jay comes out in the sunnies and all. He's going to come out in an open door stadium with sunnies, and the sun's going to be. It's going to be mad. 100%. It'll start the show.
We don't know for sure if it's going to be the first match.
Yeah, but by the way, Allegiant.
Well, no, I've got the apparent.
Yeah, but Jester, Allegiant Stadium is indoors anyway.
Yeah, indoors. That's true.
Is it not one that has an open roof?
No. Allegiant Stadium is an indoor stadium.
All right.
In Las Vegas.
Because I love WrestleMania when it starts under the sun.
But yeah,
all right.
That's all the matches there.
Okay.
No. So that's all the matches on Saturday night.
Can I just say one thing?
Go ahead.
I should have said this.
Brother, please make it quick, brother.
Yeah, no, I will. The Saturday, this Saturday is my birthday.
Oh shit!
Hey, there you go.
So my Sunday morning, like when I'm watching Mania, when you're first night,
19th.
Yeah, man.
You know what, Liam? Tiffany's gonna win now because it's your birthday. There you go.
Even though I picked
all right, I don't think it's going to play out in this order. But this is the rumored order.
Okay.
Gunther, Jey, Tiffany, Charlotte, Night Fatu, Mysterio Americano, New Day War Raiders, Naomi Jade, Roman Punk. There's no way it's going to be that.
Yeah, it's not going out. No.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way they're putting Charlotte on straight after Gunther.
Yeah,
Um,
that would kill the momentum of. I bet you.
And then-
Maybe
Charlotte's
that could be the
match
first match,
before main
Zier.
event.
Maybe that could be the
Raquel
first match.
Bailey,
No.
Raquel Bailey, Priest McIntyre, IC 4-way, AJ Logan, girls main event, Cody Cena.
So we're going to talk about
That's
night
apparently
two.
they're
Yeah.
rumored order, but there's no. We're looking at night one. There's no way. That's horrible. Having 2 world title matches in a row and then fucking 4 matches of piss breaks and filler and then the main event. There's no way they're doing that.
You know.
No way. But I seen this. What's today? So I seen this on the weekend. So it was still like, and there's you wouldn't be confirming your WrestleMania card a week out.
No.
But I do like to pay attention to rumored card order. Because I've seen the length, man. 9 hours both days. Oh my god. Oh my god.
There's gonna be
Yeah,
like
it's
performances.
gonna-
and shit,
it's-
man.
Bro, I've
it's-
heard that, bro. I'm not trying to watch wrestling for 5 hours, man. Nobody got
Oh,
time.
Pre-show, full show, post-show interviews.
Post show, yeah.
All
So
right, well,
I think
anyway.
I think full show will be 5 hours. It'll be 2 hours, 5 hours, 2 hours. Both shows, Saturday, Sunday,
Mad.
which is going to be mind-numbingly painful. All right, night 2.
Let's go.
Yeah, like to I. So what? Which one do we start with? So me
The
looking
piss
at
breaks.
this list.
All the girl, I didn't even
Oh yeah,
realize.
Liv
that the
Morgan.
girls-
Yeah,
I didn't even
Liv
realize
Morgan.
that was on it. Didn't even realize that was on the card. The
Liv
Raquel
Morgan and
the
Raquel
Raquel
Rodriguez.
and Bailey one,
and
yeah.
Lyra.
Didn't even realize it was on the card, bro.
Liv and what's his name?
No,
Liv and Raquel are winning.
Yes, Liv and Raquel win. Yeah, 100%.
Liv Raquel.
You don't need to ask me that. Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're a Liv geek. So yes, okay, Liv and Rhea.
Bro, did you see her in those shorts? She got thick.
Bro, I've been watching her since she's had pink hair, bro.
No, I just
So did I.
recently they showed her in the like her little. It was from like Raw 3 years ago in her little jeans booty shorts, and she wore the exact same shirt Coachella last weekend, and like she's like thicker than she used to be in a good way, because she always did have a kind of skinny flat butt, but she got thick booty now. It's nice.
There you go.
Well,
I'm a big fan of her work now. She's genuinely like she's a brat. She plays her character really well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah,
but yeah.
So that was pretty simple. We moved out of the way. I mean,
They're literally the only girls getting spotlighted even before they put the tag titles on their shoulders. Like
yeah.
they're literally leading the Judgment Day storyline wherever the fuck that's headed. Liv is like little female jester puppet master at the moment in the background. So yeah, they win hands down.
Yeah.
And I'm sure all 4 women are probably going to look amazing. That's one thing
I'm
you
not
get
sure
with
where
Mania.
Omar went, by the way.
Multi-women matches. They all try to almost one-up each other on their entrances because that's all they have.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm sure all of them are going to look pretty smick when they come at. Bailey will get a mad special entrance. She had her Egyptian-themed one last WrestleMania. That looked really cool. Coming out as like a Anubis and
like
shit.
that one.
That was sick, bro. It was sick.
Is it me
It
or
was
does
so
her theme song kind of sound like X-Men?
Yeah, a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the cartoon, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just me.
I think
her
all
thing's
teams
one of
were
the
better.
bad ones, to be honest, for a female, anyways. Like, but yeah, let's move on from that. I hope the girls have a good match because
It could be a good match. But, I mean, the thing
no,
is, I feel
they'll
like-
get nothing. They'll get nothing.
I mean,
it'll
it
be-
could be like a good 5 minutes. I can
Yeah.
imagine 5 minutes.
If that,
Less than
if
5
that.
minutes. I don't know. It's
If
something.
To be
that.
fair, it'll be
Bailey and Raquel will
Raquel.
probably get in some prime work super
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Raquel will go to work being a monster on the outside. Raquel will probably dominate Perez, and Liv and Bailey will go at it as fast for a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely going to go down the path of because there's just no, and even they have done shit like this before though. Like even the Iconics, I love the Iconics, and they did it there. How many times have they put the women's tag team titles on a random brand new team at WrestleMania probably every fucking year. So,
but she's got the IC title. Like, that makes no sense.
Exactly. So I'm saying I hope they keep it on a fucking bona fide tag team, like on someone who's actually a bona fide tag team now, you know, like, and Bailey's already done it all. Yeah. She just needs the IC and she's Grand Slam. So we need that out of the way.
So maybe she turns on her.
That'd be sick. Or the other way around.
Wait,
it wouldn't be the other way around.
Wait, what do you mean? Bailey turning on Valkyria?
Yeah.
I think it's happening. Forget about what.
Yeah,
I think
cool.
Bro, I'm not trying to see her turn heel again, man. Stop turning this.
That too. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, we just had it though, not long ago, but
the problem with Bailey babyface, it's so stale. So
but still,
I mean,
she needs to be slam. Like they just need to get the Grand Slam shit out of the way.
Babyface, bro. I've not seen much of her, bro. I'll be real. She won the title, stale. Let's keep it a stack. Yeah, she lost the title, stale.
Yeah, best work she ever did was during the COVID era when she first went heel.
Ding dong.
Yeah, 100%. The ding dong era. Like that's the best. That was the start of her reinvention. Like I'll give her that. She can reinvent herself, but it's them that are flip flopping too much with her booking. They're not giving her time to sink her teeth into. And then even the face stuff, like Bailey is a face. It's like Natty is a face. You're always going to get the same thing now. Unless they return her fully to a hugger, you're always going to get the same thing with Bailey. And there's nothing wrong with that. So she's been there that long. Like, you give her a good program, like what they should be doing with her and Roxanne. Like, they should be giving them a fucking trilogy of matches where they're putting on 15, 20, 25-minute kind of gimmick matches or whatever. Like, they should be trying to replicate Sasha and Bailey with them too. You know, like they have that ability to do it, and it would be a great way to transfer everything that Bailey has into Roxanne. But they're fucking around. They're absolutely fucking around. Like the women in general at the moment, I think in the Netflix era are getting.
You know what? I think
they're getting reverted back to divas.
No, it's the women in the main roster because I think NXT, bro. The women.
Oh, sorry, yeah, but I don't count NXT, man. It is its own thing.
But that's the thing, bro. That's what I mean.
It's not a third brand; it's its own thing now.
No,
it's its own thing.
It's developmental as well, isn't it? So
it is still, yeah.
Developmental, yeah.
No, I get it, but I'm not even talking. What I'm talking about is the way they're booking the women in NXT, right?
But I'm just in general though, like NXT, they're able to give them more airtime, bro, because NXT is on a different channel, like different platform. Basically, I'm just saying on Netflix, it's not about the women and what they're doing with them. They're not letting them wrestle. They're not giving them anything more than 5
but by the way, keep in mind, SmackDown's on USA Network, so like I mean,
for us, it's both on Netflix.
All of it's on Netflix, I agree. Right? I agree with you. But you have to understand.
America.
They in America.
That's what I'm saying about NXT too.
Yeah, so like for example, Raw, they book Raw according to Netflix. You're correct.
I know. Yeah, the ads and shit. Yeah.
Whereas SmackDown, I think there was a last SmackDown, 2 SmackDowns ago. There was more women's matches than male matches because it's on USA Network.
But also just basically free to air.
I'm just saying, I just wanted to point that out because, like, it's
I understand it, bro. I do understand it, but I think across the board, bro, even across the board. But you are right. Like, there is a lot more women's. Even though, like on Raw, they've got the women's championship match, they've got the tag titles, but yet still something like Jade and Bianca has had a lot more time put into it in a little amount of time than what nearly any female program has over on Raw. That's all I'm saying. Like. But I don't care. Let's move on. It's a women's match.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move on so we don't.
And I don't mean that in any disrespect because the 3-way match.
No. It's a sensible thing to say anyway. But I was gonna say the next one. This one, I mean, I have a feeling we might all agree on this one. The Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-way matchup.
I told you it's my pick like 3 weeks ago.
I'm saying Dominic.
I don't even know who's in it.
I called Dom.
Braun Breaker,
Penta and Braun.
Dominic and Finn Balor.
I called Dom about 3 weeks ago, guys. I called it. I said I wanted it to happen, and I had a feeling that this was the time to make it happen. And I thought we would have got Judgment Day breakup before then. I think Dom and Liv are taking over the Judgment Day, and Carlito is going to become Dom, basically, become a little lackey bitch. I think Finn goes back to face. He did his fucking thing this week on Raw.
The Demon King.
Didn't even know. Oh, bro, don't even get me started on Demon.
I like
the Demon.
Demon.
Finn Balor's theme song is back. Yay.
The Demon was never meant to lose at WrestleMania.
Bro, so it's not even
Edge.
WrestleMania. It was Roman, remember? I don't know why.
No, I mean, when
Extreme
Damon fought
Rules.
Edge, Demon was never meant to lose at WrestleMania. Even Edge wanted to put over the Demon, and Vince was like, "No, Edge, you can't lose at WrestleMania."
Oh yeah, because Vince was still behind.
The Demon is dead. They killed the Demon. They have had the Demon now lose three of his. The Demon is dead. The Demon, and it's my favorite thing that they've ever done.
Well, I remember saying Finn Balor should have won that feud.
But the Demon, they're not going to bring him back for a 4-way at Mania. I don't think, without a proper build. But if Dom turns on Finn and Dom wins the IC title and takes Finn's group from him, yeah, we get the Demon back from that.
100%. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. A part of me feels like Penta is probably gonna win it.
No, because Ray, they're going to align. We're going to get a draft very soon, and they're going to align Ray and Ray. They're not. There's no way they're keeping Ray.
Phoenix and Penta.
Yeah, they're brothers, bro. They're not. They're not going to do it.
But I mean, we just did a shakeup earlier.
I know. Yeah, but that was just because they didn't know how quick Phoenix was going to get there.
What if Ray Phoenix goes to Raw? Wait, Justin. What if Ray Phoenix goes to Raw?
No, but that's what I'm saying. One of them's going to get traded, bro. One of them's going to get traded.
How do we know that this guy's going? A draft is happening. Did they confirm that there's a draft happening soon?
No, we're saying it needs to happen. We're saying it desperately needs to happen.
I mean, it needs to happen because honestly, I do want to see either Punk or Roman or one of them to move so that we can.
But they'll do a mini draft. Even they don't have to have an official draft to do a mini draft.
But
they've done it before. They'll just have Nick Aldis be like, "Yo, I made some phone calls."
Wait a minute. Do you guys remember they did a transfer window thing? I have to do a Rumble.
But I'm telling you,
early in the year,
they only pushed Penta because he was ready, and he's Penta. He can be a singles wrestler. So can Phoenix, but Phoenix wasn't out of his contract. Penta was 100% confirmed. Phoenix wasn't out of his contract. They released him early in the end. He was meant to be there till fucking June this year. They released him early, and WWE already obviously made their plans for Penta. Even their packaging of him was clearly a solo project. Then all of a sudden 3 months later they got Phoenix on their hands. They're not gonna, because there's so many obviouses. Penta and Phoenix, they have a storied and rivaled history, and they are 10 times the tag team wrestlers that are brothers like Ray and Jeff and Matt are. So I just can't see them acting as separate entities on two different shows when they're both I can't see WWE pushing two crazy lucha guys into programs with other people that aren't luchas on individual programs. It's crazy that we're getting it with Penta on one program.
I hear your point, but again, I went with Dominic because I feel like Dominic is just.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's Dom's time.
I'm not gonna
forget Dom's time. I feel like even the Liv Morgan, Dominic, the whole Judgment Day is going to Finn Balor.
But even all the shit we said about Seth,
winning, and then boom.
All the shit we said about Seth, Dom's been that, except he's been lying on his back the whole way through. Dom has literally had like nobody's had more. I think Jey Uso's had the most, and then Dominic Mysterio has had the second most matches in the last year for WWE. Outright on the road, everything that alone. His improvement. He did a Canadian Destroyer on Penta the other week, and Penta no-sold it. Dom had become a good wrestler 2 years ago.
Oh, Penta had now botched Monday night. I don't know if you've seen it.
Penta always has botches. You wait till you get.
Well, that Hurricane Rana was a.
You wait, mate. You wait till they team up and they start trying to do their crazy shit, man. You're gonna get mad, Botchamania. It's what they do, bro. Then it's what they do. But anyways, it's Dom's time. Yeah. It's Dom's time. Finn needs a repackage, a desperate repackage.
100%.
Bron needs to be in the world title picture. and Penta needs to team up with his brother. So
I mean, I guess I hear it.
and Dom,
So what are you
just
saying,
Dom,
Omar, now?
just like fucking Latino heat, mate. It's time.
Yeah,
Wait,
well, no,
like
but,
cheap feel.
okay, but just seriously, Omar, what are you saying quickly?
I mean, now that you guys say that, maybe it could be Dominic who could win the title because maybe that's the story. Who knows? But
So
yeah,
you're
I'm gonna
saying
go
Dominic or Penta because you had Penta earlier.
Yeah, I had Penta, but truth be told, unless if there is a draft gonna happen, then maybe yeah. But you know, what?
I'm going to consider you to.
You know what? I'll say Dominic.
Well, no, hang on. This could give credence to him. Finn and so they all team up and like destroy Breaker, or Breaker goes to do one of his crazy spears and throws himself through a fucking truck or something, just murders himself. And then it's the three of them, and Dom and Finn turn on each other, and through the process of that, Penta gets the roll up or whatever and gets the sneaky win. Braun's out of the match. Finn and Dom cost each other, and Penta steals it. I could see that.
Yeah, it is possible, but
And
I'll
you
take
destroy the
That's what that's why I said Penta's gonna win because I think I got something like that.
and make him your pick.
All right, I'm gonna stick with Penta then.
Liam, you need to make a pick. You still haven't said a single word.
Oh yeah, I was waiting. I agree with you both. I think Dom will win it, but my pick is Braun Breaker as I'm a Braun Breaker fan.
Yeah, Braun's.
Okay, so
Did you say Carl this week?
Okay, no, but Liam, okay, seriously, who do you think? So you said Dominic will win, so I'm going to mark Dominic.
Braun Breaker.
He's
going
picking
with
Braun. I
agree with you two. I do think you're going to be right.
But he wants Braun.
I'm going.
He's going a heart pick.
So he's doing the okay then. To be honest,
he's going a wrestling pick. Wrestling's real, damn it. He's picking Braun Breaker, all right?
Yeah, so he's being a geek. Anyway,
yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. I've made a few fucking geek picks.
Liam, you're a fucking mutant. Yeah.
I made a geek pick.
No. Seriously.
Right, what's next?
Man said Braun Breaker is us.
Yeah, like Barcelona, bruv. You let a dead striker score a hat trick on you, bruv. Hold that.
Oh my, we're not going there because I'm not here.
Braun Breaker makes Goldberg look like fucking, I don't know, who's currently the worst wrestler ever? Like,
bro, put it this way, yeah.
Fucking Braun Breaker makes Goldberg look like Gilbert.
That's
done,
bro. That is exactly what I was about to say.
Done.
Braun Breaker, you know when you're like Braun Breaker's legit, even though he was already legit, but bro, when he speared Roman the way he
Braun Breaker is a fucking monster. And at the start in NXT, both even my missus too, and my missus, she's never for generic meatheads, but even she just couldn't get behind him. She just the character, everything bland. But through his whole run in NXT, by the time he was like main roster, we were both just like, this dude is a freak. Like when you're watching him do his run the rope, like the KSI one, bro. But like when you're literally watching him run the rope so fast that the person that he's going to spear can't even turn around fast enough to keep up with how fast he's running the ropes. Like he could do like a Cesaro type, get him dizzy and then spear him just by running around him. It's believable. It's believable. Like it's like watching Roman do it to the Undertaker, except Undertaker was in slow motion. Braun is like, dude's a freak, biological freak, just like his uncle.
This freak. One. Now this is interesting, guys. There you are. Now this is interesting, guys. Sin City Street Fight. You know what match that is?
Priest and Drew. Is that what they're calling it?
Yep.
Is that what they're? Oh, cool. Yeah, we're mad. I'll kick the shit out of each other. That'll be mad.
Drew is 1,000% winning that.
Ooh, it is a hard pick, isn't it? I want Drew. Yeah, he has. No, Drew 1,000% has to win it.
Drew has to win it. I'm sorry, Drew has to win that.
Priest doesn't need it. He's just coming. I think I agree.
Priest don't really need to win. He's just there to make it.
Remember,
and I think I want Drew to win it too. I want Drew to win.
Priest beat him at Mania last time as well.
And also,
true.
And this is the thing.
I didn't even think of that.
No, hold on. So here's the thing. I'll be honest with you, right? I think that when it comes to Priest, you're right. At the end of the day, I feel like would they have to give this to Drew because they haven't really given Drew a lot of good wins, in rivalry. You understand?
I haven't given him anything.
Exactly, and he deserves it. Let's be real. He carried like his rivalry with Punk last season. Carried WWE.
The punk.
Yep. That
Bro,
carried
the
it.
what they
so we
did with
all
the
agree Drew
toolbox, mate.
McIntyre is winning.
What they did with the
Actually,
toolbox alone. Drew McIntyre deserves a pay rise and a world championship reign for what they did with the toolbox in that match alone. They did that the hard way, and like hearing the story now post that, like they did that the hard way. And that man nearly passed out basically in that match. Like he nearly passed out through the blood loss. And that is, I said earlier, possibly the best Hell in a Cell match of all time. He deserves something for that match alone. That's match of the year, no doubt. Match of the year.
Facts.
Nothing comes close.
I will tell you this. I think that match is going to be one of the best matches of the night.
Yeah, it'll be sick. It'll be sick in a stadium of that size. Any full. I mean, look at the Austin and KO one, bro. That was some of the best fun of all time, and like it was so basic. You know what I mean? And it was just brawling all over the place, dudes. Like, and I mean, even look at what Finn and Priest did not long ago. With the Raw one, that was a good match, bro. That had some big spots in it. So Drew and Priest, 100%. It's going to be a barn burner. Like they'll. I called it. Like, how many times are we going to see them kick each other directly in the face where they both fall down, bro? Like, you know how they do it with the clothesline spot? I've never seen two people do it with a big boot, and I want to see it. You know where they do the clothesline spot and they run into each other and they both fall down? I want to see two dudes like Drew and Priest claymore each other in the face, and
Bro, that'd be
you know, it would, wouldn't it? But it'd be very like if the timing would be very hard to do. But I generally like
they're both big men as well. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, and I think they're both very capable of doing it. Drew's claymore with how quickly he throws himself, like it'd be like even a bro compared to a claymore. But I think a guy like Priest is a super athlete, bro. He's like the things he can do at his age and his size. He's a super athlete, and Drew is just a monster. Like Drew's really, really good at everything he does. But he does need it. He needs it bad. Priest doesn't need anything. Priest is already in a much higher position than he probably ever deserved to be, but he's earned it too. Like he's killing it. He's cruising. He's in cruise control. The dude doesn't really need anything exactly. Like,
I mean, can I just say this? At the end of the day, I'll say this about this match, right? I think, like I mentioned, I think Drew's gonna win, but I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a good match because I feel like both men are like brawlers.
That's what I'm saying.
Like they're not gonna bro, street fight. You know this match is gonna go out of the ring. There's no way they're gonna be able to fight in the ring, bro. They're gonna be
how big of a spot they do too. Like, do they go off the balcony? Do they?
I can see them doing something crazy in like the entrance ramp. Where
a ladder spot. Yeah. You would do. Have you seen what the rumor is? I've seen the scaffolding for it.
Each other off the stage and literally fall like.
It looks like a miniature of a hotel, and no shit. It's about like you remember the last year's one when Jey speared Jimmy off of the stage.
Yeah.
It's about 3 times higher than that. At that point, like at the highest point of the stage, it's about 3 times higher than that drop was. Like more like Shane McMahon doing it at WrestleMania 17.
Exactly.
You know, like.
This is what's gonna happen in this one, bro. Watch.
Yeah, I agree. It, like, so you think a spot to end the match?
Potentially.
Because a stadium show, it has to be a spot, yeah.
There has to be.
Or do they end it in the ring because not everyone can see?
Street fight, so like it's not false count anywhere. So
this is the thing, and that's
it's not false count anywhere.
No.
Isn't a street fight the same thing?
No. So since it's street fight, so a street fight
it has to be in the ring.
Yeah, you have to get pinned in the ring only, but you can fight anywhere.
But I'll tell you this right now. So this is why they made this match a street fight match, because there's a big spot happening.
Yeah, and there's nothing else on the card either. That's even like we don't have a ladder match, which we usually always have on a Mania. Don't have a ladder match. Don't have anything. I mean, the Fatal 4-Way has the chances to go hardcore because if you know the rules of a Fatal 4-Way, there's no disqualification. But it's not going to end up like a street fight level. So. It'll just be a brawl.
I think the Drew and the Priest match is going to be the more extreme match.
What's next? Yeah.
But yeah, I say we move on. So we all agree Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. And that sounded almost like everybody wanted it, not only picks it too.
Yeah. Because Priest doesn't need it. I'll be real.
Yeah.
The guys,
I got no beef with him, but Drew's a beast. He deserves more.
Guys, you all are not going to like the next one. It's AJ Styles and Logan Paul.
Logan's winning.
I hate this
No.
match.
AJ's
Fucking
winning.
hate this match. I
I-
fucking hate this match. But
AJ's winning.
I
I
want AJ
refuse.
to win. I want AJ to win because he's one of my favorite wrestlers. But for some reason, I think this press are gonna give this match to him.
No, I've got reasoning behind AJ too. He's got one of
Oh,
the
can
worst.
I
He's got one
just
of the
say-
single worst WrestleMania
I'm
records
with-
since he came to WWE.
Well, can I just say something quickly? I'm with Jester for one reason and one reason only. Logan Paul has had the upper hand too much in this feud. Why?
Yep.
It
That
don't make sense to me.
the point of this match is to give Logan Paul
A good
possibly his best match ever, and to have it's the point of this match is in the middle of WrestleMania to get the crowd watching a wrestling match again, because there's going to be so many stories, there's going to be brawls. That match is going to be they're going to attempt to do something on the level of Scott Hall and Michaels, or a Bret Hart and Owen Hart, but today's standard of it. It will, what AJ did for Cena 3, 4, 5 years ago, whatever it was, he's going to do it for Logan here. But Logan ain't losing. Logan ain't winning for the same things that Zia said. 100%, he's way had the upper hand. And he's just this cocky, smug prick that essentially, even he has earned his stripes, so to speak, in what he can do in the ring. The fans are like, oh yeah, he's got some spots, he can do some things. He hasn't really wrestled. He's been put he had Ricochet, he had stuff like that.
He's gonna go back and chill and wherever the hell he chills.
Exactly,
out.
that's true. But AJ's also possibly very close to doing the same thing.
Yeah, but he's gonna
and
be
also-
wrestling more often in the coming months. That's the thing.
And yeah, AJ has a horrible WrestleMania record. And
you know what? Can I just say this, right? Because I didn't even think about the record. Because now that you mentioned the record, it's true. I feel like you're right. At the end of the day, when it comes to Logan, yeah, you know what?
I don't know. I don't feel like it.
It wouldn't make any sense to give it to get.
It does in
It wouldn't
terms
make any
of.
sense to give the match to Roman. You understand?
It does
Sometimes
in
it's
terms
for
of.
the-
I mean, if
for
you've got a
Logan.
WrestleMania win over AJ Styles and you're Logan Paul, that's going to be something you're going to fucking gloat about forever.
Yeah, but he don't need to glow about that.
He doesn't need it. No, he doesn't. And I think because he is not so long coming off of the US title reign, I also think that that's also the reason that he doesn't need the win. This is a special attraction, this match, a special one-on-one. There's no title attached to it, in the same way that Priest and Drew is, but that's a personal thing because they cost each other. This is a vanity match. It's a pure vanity match. This isn't a reward to two big guys that they've got nothing to do with, that they're going to, go out there and have a burner. This is a match that has one sole objective, and that is to wrestle like chain wrestling, spots, flips, all of that. And Logan's going to have to sink or swim in this type of match. This isn't just spots in a rumble or an elimination chamber. This is because he does like lying around. He gets to lie around a lot and get told what to do and wait and stalk. AJ will be coaching him through it, the entire thing, 100,000%. Possibly, potentially expect botches on a scary level, because Logan's probably going to try to attempt things that he hasn't done before. The match has the potential to be one of the best matches on the card, albeit because of the way it's produced and the way AJ does all the work. If it's more than that, it means Logan's worthy. And I hate him. I fucking hate him.
Me too.
Don't care about him getting his spot. And but anybody who can come into the ring and do that, hang with AJ Styles at WrestleMania for 10, 15 minutes and get a believable match out of someone, if he can do that. I mean, I don't want him to win it, and I don't think he's winning it, and I don't think he's winning it because of that record. And just because he doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. I don't think he needs it at all. He's already got, the viral moments and all that shit. There's literally WWE are already giving him 1 billion times more than he deserves or needs with what they're paying him, considering for his appearances and shit. So I just don't feel like, even story-wise, there's something out of it for him story-wise, but I don't think they care enough. I think they see the writing on the wall too, that like it's almost failed with him. Like, it hasn't failed. He's done well. He's a heat magnet, but he literally has go-away heat. Like, it doesn't matter. He could come out here and do all this flippy shit with AJ. If he wins, the vitriol towards him is probably just going to be even more. Like, I just think they...
But you know why he has that go-away heat? It's because he's a prick. Nobody likes him.
Yeah, no shit.
He's so hateable. I feel like
he's a prick that got made famous because a bunch of fucking kids think he's funny. Like,
I know, and also this is, you know what it is with this guy, yeah? He's shown that he has no soul. Now, what I mean by that is not what he's done. It's also but because I feel he's one of these people who, I guess, outside of like wrestling, right? He's somebody that will do anything for the bag. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
and he's very disrespectful towards other people's opinions or beliefs.
And he's a dumb cunt.
That's
like
he's
that's very much that is true, bro.
But that is the point. At the end of the day,
he's raised all like he's private school raised, education, money. He comes from money, bro. He is money. He comes from money.
Yes.
And then he's made money by fucking being on YouTube doing stupid shit.
Exactly, doing things that he does things that he's shown that he has no like. Yeah, exactly, right. And that is like that's why guys like Liam, many people don't like him. You understand what I'm saying?
It's actually crazy when you think about it, man. You think where cancel culture's at these days, right? These days, YouTube, you're doing. Think of him, and he was already hugely famous, right? But think of when he got famous on a world scale for the wrong fucking reasons.
Exactly.
About 10 or so years ago, or whatever it was, Japan. And
2018.
How is he where he is now? How did we regress?
Because
how did we regress? How are we at cancel culture now, but we let him back in?
I think it's the fact he lost to KSI and the boxing.
KSI, and then it was like the redemption thing.
No, it's KSI. You know what? I blame KSI the prick for that because he's the one that actually let this guy back. This guy should have just, after what he did, bro, this guy should have just disappeared.
Because that's what to me, I didn't know him before that. And then all I knew was this stupid cunt standing in a forest with a fucking Toy Story hat on. Like,
this is you gotta understand this, Jester, right? If you do what this brother did, you're hated, and when people talk, and eventually people will not talk about you, you get forgotten. Even if you come back, nobody will care.
That. Look,
the problem is this fucking idiot KSI decided to challenge this.
See, I don't understand.
And everybody, and now everybody
all the YouTuber shit with the kids and that. Like, even my missus had to educate me on Logan Paul, KSI, iShow Speed, all of them. She had to educate me on all of them, bro. And I'm a streamer.
No. I'll be honest. Okay, so imagine a guy like iShow Speed. If iShow Speed was,
I got no beef with iShow Speed.
No. Cool. iShow Speed, I don't either, right? I think iShow Speed is actually one of the cool guys in wrestling.
He's
funny. Like social media. Funny guy, right? If he was as talented as Logan is in the ring, I feel like a lot of fans would love him. Fans would love him. You understand what I'm saying? They would not be this hatred for him. Like,
has talent.
Logan has talent, but he's just hated in general. So nobody likes him.
Him and his family have destroyed one sport, and now it appears if his character is here to destroy another.
Yeah,
bro, that's the thing. When you're just detestable, you're just detestable. It's that simple. No matter how talented you are.
So what? So what's the point? So the WWE going to just keep going with it because?
No, because you know why? Because you know what it is with WWE, bro. It's because he brings the numbers. Exactly.
Oh, it's clicks. It's not merch. It's clicks. No, it's clicks. It's not merch. It's clicks. It's not shipping merch, bro.
Jester, it's both. It's both because
his gear looks cool, but he ain't selling merch, bro. Nobody's buying his shit.
No.
Prime.
You need to understand about the merch thing, Maverick. That Maverick thing, like, hey, it sells.
Look at the Prime bottle, like having it.
Prime's is selling.
Exactly.
But that's That's a different story. That's just because you sell fucking. I mean, Hulk Hogan was selling beer, and hey, he got booed out of the building.
Nah, exactly, man. Fucking prick.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
deserves it.
You fucking prick.
Yeah, but
Yeah, he
guys,
deserves
we
it.
Exactly.
do need to move on. We do need to move on from this.
But no,
one,
it is a
bro.
fair point. It's a fair point. I look. I believe they will have a great match, and if they
They'll have a great
don't,
match, but you know what, bro?
if they
Get this
don't,
guy.
it'll
Get this
be
boy.
AJ's age or Logan's lack of experience that's going to be the downfall of the match.
No, I disagree. I think it's gonna be a good match. It's gonna be a
That's
good
what I'm
match.
saying. I said I think they will have a great match. I think they will. Give them 20 minutes, and they're going to tear the house down.
This is why I'm.
And I think we'll get another
Ju-
double springboard spot.
just-
We're
this-
100%
this is
getting
why-
another double springboard spot at
Zir.
some point.
Zir, this is why I said it's important for people's characters, because at the end of the day, as a guy like Logan Paul, who is not an active wrestler, to be as good
Bro,
as he is.
fuck Logan Paul.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
That
Can
is
we
the point.
move
right?
on?
Liam,
Yeah.
that is the point I'm making, right? For somebody to be as talented as Logan Paul and be so hated just shows what kind of a person he is outside of wrestling. They're just so
Oh
fucking
no,
hated.
100.
No
But
matter how
I got
no
one
matter how
eye.
But no,
over him, brother.
even Liam's pure reaction to this, though.
Liam is dying.
Yeah.
Liam's. I'm
He's
trying
gotta
to
go
hang
too,
on as
man.
well, and it's my own channel as
Yeah.
well, bro.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
go
I'm
ahead,
not
go ahead.
trying to. Yeah, listen. No, but quickly, I
So we've
will.
AJ?
Well, no, just very quickly.
No, I went Logan.
I don't know, but I'll just quickly end it with it. It is gonna be a good match. I'm saying AJ Styles.
I
Anyway,
want AJ, but it'll be Logan. In my opinion.
anyway,
Go on.
Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. We obviously know how that panned out. Rhea Ripley lost to Io Sky after Bianca won the Chamber. And then Ripley had another opportunity after trying to force her way into the match with the contract signing. Just if you remember, we talked about the contract signing, which was pointless. And then,
Adam
although I
Pearce come
found
out
it
the
interesting,
next week to tell her as much.
No. I mean, listen, I actually didn't mind it then because it suited the Rhea Ripley's whole like, I'm doing whatever the fuck I want.
Went back to being a badass, yeah.
Yeah. But the way it panned out afterwards, like just get Bianca being special guest referee, she calls out.
You know what? At the end of the day, anyone in their dog. The moment she won that title, Io Sky won that title, you knew it was going to be a triple threat. There's no way.
But we knew from before. But we knew from beforehand. It's just the execution was different on.
Nobody expected the title change on Raw.
By the
I
way,
think that's what it was.
As far as my prediction is concerned, Io Sky is retaining the title. Watch.
Yeah, I'm with him. There's no point in giving her the championship just to lose it.
No, because you know what the story is going to be. The story is Rhea and Bianca only focus on each other, and they're underestimating Io, who's actually beating them both. So when he beats them both again, now they'll realize, shit, this whole time we've been actually focusing on ourselves and forgetting that this guy, that's the thing. You know what the thing with Io is? Because Io is Japanese, it's hard for her to do promos. But if I was an English, if my English was very good, bro, I would cook.
Bro, I can understand her fine. I hate people like that. Like I hate Kevin Nash buried her the other day on his podcast. He buried her so bad.
I know, but bro, I would cook these. I don't care. Even in Japanese, I'll cook them and then they can translate it, bro. I do not care.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yo, this is what I would do. You know how he gets angry when they ignore her? I would be like, I would not even be angry for you ignoring me. In fact, I would just be in the corner. If I'm Io, right? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna stand in the corner and watch you two fight. And then
there's a very high chance that Rhea's face could be a bit busted up and hurt because of the drop kick that she did.
No, but my point is, right, at the end of the day, the thing with Bianca and Rhea is they're focusing on each other too much.
Yeah. Same as like Punk Roman Rollins.
No, but that's different because all of them focus on each other. No one's underestimating nobody.
No, but I was saying
Io is
the
the real afterthought in the whole thing.
Like.
She has been 100%.
No, guys, but this can work well for Io herself. Do you know why I'm saying that, Zier? Right? It's because
I know what you're saying.
If I'm Io, right, this is what I would have done. I would not even have been saying demanding respect from these two. I would have said, "Oh, you guys want to ignore me? No problem. I'll just sit here." Guess what? While you two are busy fighting each other, I'm gonna go into WrestleMania, walk in as champion, walk out as champion. You wanna know why? Because neither of you are gonna do the same thing you've done your whole careers every time you've been in the ring with me. Underestimate me. You
Yeah,
I would
the
have said,
EO.
I would have looked at Bianca and said, Bianca, you underestimated me the first time we faced each other for a title, and I beat you. And then you did the same thing, Rhea, and I beat you. That's why I'm champion right now. Not because of any distraction, but because you did not take me as a threat. And if you want to, don't take me as a threat. Because at WrestleMania, you two are going to kill each other. I'm just going to stand in the corner. And when you guys are done fighting each other, I'll be in there to pick up the bones. And then guess what? When you do that now the wrestlers are going to be looking at each other like, ah, fuck, he's actually right, you know. We're too, like, and that's why, like, this past week when EO took them out, they got to do more of that, right? For me, EO should just sit there and just sit there and
It was
just
a
watch
nasty
this.
spot.
No, let me tell you what I would do if I was EO, right? When they're fighting each other, I would just get out of the ring and just watch these two kill each other. And then when one of them is just standing there celebrating, I just use my finishing move on them. And then just remind them, yo, I'm part of this, I'm still part of this.
Like a Logan Paul hiding under the ring in a three-way match.
That's my point. So when you do that, eventually the two of them will realize, ah, fuck, we gotta start worrying about this person because he doesn't care about how he wins this match. She wants to retain her title. We're too busy fighting each other. She's going out there to fight for the title. That's it. That's why I think EO should win. Go ahead.
But just I say just give you a pick and why, and then Liam, and then we move on. Though I mean, me and Amar, we agree.
Everything you just said is 100% true. Like the EO thing. Afterthought. Rhea.
Liam, since you're there, just pick one. And
all right, I'm going Bianca. Retains.
Bianca. Is there any particular reason for us?
Because she won the chamber, and I don't think she's going to be involved in the Jade and Naomi stuff.
No, she is. I promise you, she is.
I don't think she is. I don't think she is.
Tell just my incredible predictions, bro.
Rhea, I mean, I want to pick Rhea. I want to pick Rhea. Like, I don't care about what you all just said. I want to pick Rhea just because it's Rhea.
No,
Bianca. I don't know. I just don't.
No,
I agree with. I also I don't want us all to be making the same picks based on logic. So I want to make one myself that's
and that's fine.
just out of left field.
I'm not telling you to change your mind. Don't get it twisted. Your choice is your choice. I'm gonna say this.
I agree with the EO stuff though. If they don't,
do you know why I think Bianca is not gonna win? Because you know why the whole Jade and Bianca thing has to happen. It's because that's two things. Number one, they've been hyping up this match ever since Jade arrived in WWE. Jade versus Bianca, who's gonna win? Like, you know, these are the two strongest women in like in WWE, right? And they made them partners. But people
in my eyes, it was Jade. It was Rhea versus Jade that was the match. I never once thought of Bianca Belair to stand as a muscle man the opposite.
I thought of Bianca Belair because
maybe not you,
just because they're black.
Everybody else, no, because they're two strong wrestlers. Look at like Bianca's one of the
but Jade stands like a whole 2 foot over Bianca, bro.
It doesn't
like
matter. We've seen what's her name? Bianca pick up what's her name?
Bianca's strong, but I'm sorry, like
why can't it be both?
The physical specimen to me, the physical equivalent of Jade, the only thing that even comes close in WWE is Rhea. And maybe now Jordan Grace, but she's really short.
Jester, this is not about sizes.
Yeah, I know where you're getting at with it, bro. But basically what I'm saying is I don't care for Jade and Bianca if it was to go down that line. But I'm only making this Bianca pick because I don't want that storyline.
Just that's the thing. You don't want it, but I'm trying to explain to you that
you let me take my pick.
Most wrestling fans, right? A lot of wrestling fans. Listen, I'm not saying I'm one of them. Like, don't get it. I would like to see Jade versus Rhea. Absolutely, that would be a fire match. I would like to see Bianca versus Jade. That's going to be a fire match too. But I feel like the storyline that they're doing here is very similar to what they did back in the '90s with like Stone Cold when he was run over by Rikishi, and they all thought it was Rikishi was behind it. When it turns out it was Triple H, and then that was the rivalry. I feel like that's what they're doing with Bianca. Because remember, Zeer, right? When Bianca was doing that interview and he said that he saw Naomi, but they never confirmed that Bianca had nothing to do with it.
I'll say, even in storyline sense, if Bianca was her partner this whole time and she didn't know, it's fucking dumb. You're dumb if she didn't know. So yeah, I agree there. Like,
no.
Yeah, but they can play out to the fact that she was dumb. I don't know.
But Zeer, they played it out.
I personally don't care about that storyline. Straight up, I just want to see Jade. I just want to
to
see Jade. Jade and Bianca will be a great match, no doubt. But in my mind, the moment Jade was signed with WWE, in my mind, Jade and Rhea was the match in my mind.
But
And I was like, and they've got to
Jester, you
take
have
Jade
to.
a whole long
guys,
way before they can
Jester,
put her one-on-one with Rhea.
but
This discussion is
Jester, what you have to
guys,
forget.
different discussion for a different
No.
Yeah, no, I know. But that's what I'm trying to say. I don't even care about the women's match. Full stop.
No, okay, all right, fine. The last thing I'm just
Omar,
gonna say
brother.
is we have to respect the fact that brandings are different. SmackDown wrestlers deal with SmackDown wrestlers, and Raw wrestlers is Raw wrestlers. So these are two women from two different brands, Rhea and Bia, and what's his name? Rhea.
Yeah.
And,
I know
Jade.
it's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen.
On.
Jade and Bianca will probably happen. I'm picking Bianca because I don't want that to happen. I picked Naomi for a sneaky heel win because I thought, like, character-wise, it makes sense. But Jade's going to win, and I picked Jade to win because she needs to win. But you're probably right, man. It's going to go down that path. I just personally don't want it. I think at the moment, even the three-way between the women at the moment, it is just something they're doing because they can't think of any other individual program to do with all three of them. And they don't, and all three of those women don't deserve to just be in a throwaway one-on-one females program. I think this has all happened solely because of that. Because and EO was an afterthought. That's why she's in it. Bianca and Rhea probably was their intention 100% for WrestleMania because even that match has been needed to happen. We got Bianca and Charlotte and Rhea and Charlotte. So that match one-on-one, EO she's the one that doesn't make sense. The real match should have been Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. And Bianca probably should have retained. Just because it's been Rhea the whole time. EO is the afterthought. I've got no beef with EO. She's an amazing wrestler, but I know how WWE are. I know they literally threw that title on her to swerve everyone. And just because they thought, well, shit, her contract's probably coming up, bro. I guarantee you her contract's coming up. And they just didn't want her to run away to AEW. They were like, shit, we better do something with her quick.
Yeah, well, anyway.
Because her partner's rumored to be leaving New Japan, too.
Next match.
It's way too much time on a women's insignificant program.
Let's go to the next one. Let's quickly go to the next one, guys. Come on.
But Liam didn't even make a pick. That's how.
Bro, I haven't even had a word, bro. Omar, I swear, bro, you could write a whole book how much you speak, bro. It's peak. I'm going with Bianca, because she's been carrying Jade's bags for too long. She's the superstar, and she deserves the title back. I liked her run when she kicked Sasha's ass, whipped her, and she needs that title back. So I'm going with Bianca.
And the chamber stuff is just for nothing without it.
Yeah, anyway, guys, we're gonna move on.
Wait, if Bianca wins the title, does that mean that she's gonna move to Raw?
No,
probably.
Yeah,
probably, yes, by default, yes. Anyway, we move on. Fucking hell. The main event, Cena, Cody. We're all saying John Cena, are we?
Yeah.
Yes.
If John Cena doesn't win, we riot.
I think it is like that. I know it's not that I got beef with Cody winning, but it's just we need new.
It's not that, but brother, think about this for 1 second, because you know what it is. Some people are just sitting here, oh, Cody's gonna win, bro. Why the hell would that turn John Cena heel just for him to lose WrestleMania?
That's my point as well.
100%. And that's what Simon Miller, who's a wrestler on What Culture, he's been saying a lot about it. That's his whole thing. It would be the worst heel turn in history. Simon Miller, bro. He's saying that you would look like the world's biggest goober, is his exact words. If you were to be John Cena specifically, have done everything you've done in your career, being John Cena, the hero, and then you go heel to break the record and you don't pull it off. He said if that was to happen, it would be the most forgettable heel turn in wrestling history when it should be the most memorable.
Just let me tell you something. In 2025, this is going to be John Cena's year. Let me tell you why. Because this is John Cena's last year, but this is why this is going to be John Cena's year. Because Zeer, I told you this already, so you already know this, right? But the idea, because remember what Cena has been doing and saying in his promos recently has been, when he was the title, he's going to retire with the championship. That's the idea. And we know that Cena plans on retiring at the end of 2025.
He's ruining wrestling, by the way. So
that is my point. So you know what's going to happen? She's going to win the title, and everybody is going to be trying to take the title off him the whole year, and he's going to continue to hold the title until his last ever match. Because then, in his last match, if he wins, he retires it with the title.
You want to know the sad truth, Omar? If John Cena wins, I guarantee he doesn't defend it more than 2 times in the next 6 months.
He will only defend it in he won't defend it in every single paper because he has commitments outside of that.
You just said that.
He's
saying.
An actor. Yeah, he's gonna be like Roman Reigns. He's gonna have Roman Reigns kind of like.
It'll be like SummerSlam and Survivor Series.
But then this is why I said it before. It makes sense that if he is to lose the title, he's not gonna lose it to a made wrestler. He's gonna lose it to someone who is on the path of being made, right? That hasn't won the title yet. And that's why I told you Sami Zayn could win it at the Royal Rumble in Saudi, bro.
No, I don't want Sami with the title, bro.
No, but that's it. Liam, okay, Liam, logically, who do you think, right, in Cena's last ever match, when he loses the title, who should he lose it to?
Braun
Breaker. I highly doubt it. I
hope he destroys him.
And this is the thing. No. So this is the thing with Braun Breaker, right? I can see Braun Breaker potentially, right, Liam, because I do believe that Braun Breaker will be world champion very soon. But I think, and this is what I'm saying, where I'm going at. I think the reason I'm using Sami Zayn for me is because Sami Zayn for a long time has been one of the best wrestlers in the WWE, but has never won the title. You understand what I'm saying, right? And
yeah, but they should have pulled that trigger. They should have pulled the trigger.
They're never going to pull it. They're not going to pull the trigger, and I think Sami's okay with that.
But just that this is the thing, right? WWE this year, especially this year, they're kind of making a story with Sami Zayn that I guess people are not noticing.
They've done heaps with him.
The story that they're doing with him this year has always been he constantly is always having to fight the battle as an underdog this year, right? And losing at the Royal Rumble, losing to CM Punk in qualifying, losing to in the Elimination Chamber against Kevin Owens. Now he's injured and not at WrestleMania. You understand what I'm saying, right? This is all they're creating a story here, and the point is this: right? At the end of the day, I think Sami will beat Cena for the title, but this is what I'm gonna say to you.
Bro, Liam. You are talking so far hypothetically ahead.
No, Liam. This is why it comes back to what I'm saying, because I think Braun Breaker could be the one to beat Sami for the title.
Nah, man.
No. I mean, fine. Maybe I'm just
look. I don't think Cena holds the title until his last match. I think
he will.
I think he holds the top 3 months. Hang on, Omar. Just hang on a sec, mate. You're talking over a lot of people. He holds it for a few months, and I think because he has sold his soul to the one person that is essentially one of his biggest career rivals ever, I think the way WWE are, Cena goes out on his back, losing. I don't think he holds the title until that point, because then it makes it obvious that he's losing because he is contracted and he said, this is it. You know, so that I don't think he holds the title until the end, because then that makes it too obvious. And putting a person who hasn't had that time yet in as the opponent makes it even more obvious that that's what it is. I think he's lost the title long before then, come face again, and he finished his career against an Orton, a Rock, or a Roman Reigns. I think that's it.
No,
I'm sorry, but that's for the nostalgic factors. Or I don't think Cena has to put over anybody. Like Cena has spent 6 years putting over people.
But you know what exactly? Wrestling, you gotta understand. Just the wrestling has a.
I do understand. I understand wrestling.
No, I know. I'm not saying you don't. I know you do. I'm trying to say that in wrestling etiquette, usually. It is in backstage, right? Wrestlers are usually respected more when in their last ever match they put over somebody. You understand what I'm saying? And this is why, for me,
it's an old trope. It's a very old trope.
But they didn't do that with Kurt Angle, bro.
I was just going to say that didn't fucking come back until
Kurt
Angle.
That was a fuck up in itself.
And that was a fuck up. It was
And
a
that's
fuck up, but it
no,
is an
that is
old
a
trope that was only done in the 70s and 80s and
no,
died
no,
out with guys like Hulk Hogan. Like it is,
exactly.
it should be
Jester,
coming back,
Jester,
but
that
I
is
don't think
true.
WWE do it anymore.
Jester, that is true. That is 100% true. But there are certain wrestlers, like even guys like Undertaker.
Yeah, Cena
Undertaker,
deserves. Cena gets
no,
better treatment than that.
no,
Taker,
no,
yes.
Undertaker. Remember Undertaker? Many people thought that the streak should have died along. Should have been unbeaten until the rest of his career. That's what people thought.
It should have been broken earlier. To be
It
honest,
should have been broken earlier. But do you know? No,
Yeah.
it should have been broken earlier.
No,
But
I actually
eventually,
think
people.
I could have been broken to. I actually agree with Edge.
No.
I think it could have been broken to Roman, but like tribal chief Roman instead of this
Exactly.
Roman.
But you know what? What WWE missed out on? They fucked up after when he beat Undertaker, and many people thought Undertaker retired that night. They should have made him the tribal chief then. Because he was already
that next night,
but the tribal chief thing, Omar, you have to also understand the tribal chief thing happened because of COVID. To be fair,
and also because
it also happened because of his leukemia.
Yeah, Roman, and also don't forget, Roman was the one who insisted on turning heel. People never talk about this. When he came back in 2020 at SummerSlam, he told them he's only coming back if he turns
with
into a heel.
fans, the tribal chief would have never happened. He needed.
He was already hated. Remember, he was. Everyone wanted him to be a heel, so he could have just been the biggest asshole.
Yeah, but
you know what? Honestly, was the biggest thing the biggest thing that ever turned Roman Reigns heel. Honestly, was the thing that made people acknowledge Roman Reigns was the leukemia. In that single night, in that single moment,
what the fuck was that noise?
Everybody was like, "Fuck, he's a real human." In that single moment, he got booed into that building, and in that single moment, there were people in the audience crying because wrestling's real, and this was the story. And then what happened later in that night, the reality of wrestling broke apart, and Roman went away, COVID. When he came back, even the wreck everything and leave. That was a heel from the start. And he came back in. You remember when he came back and he was like, nobody could hold the place down? Like, but he came back with Braun and The Fiend. And The Fiend was a face, Braun was a bad guy. And Roman came back and murdered everyone. And instantly the fans were like, woo!
No,
go Roman.
Guys, I also want to. This is a theory I'm going to use, right? I know I get your theory, Jester, but I also want you to.
I was just saying, as soon as they humanized him and then took him away from us, the moment he came back, people were like, "Whoa!"
Right? But you have to understand also, Jester, right? Because you've been watching wrestling us for a long time, right? You know, most of the time, wrestling fans, right? When you try to force a good guy upon them, they usually reject it.
Yeah.
You know when they start liking the good guy. When they start
Roman was like the third, fourth, fifth version of it, man.
That's my point. But my point is this: that heel turn was very important because you know what that heel turn did, right? It made him look cool. So now those fans actually liked him because this is the thing: the fans wanted him to become a heel for a long time, and WWE insisted that they were not going to turn him heel.
I actually think at first, hang on, he did end up being cool. I don't think he was cool until 2 years into the heel turn. I think they hated him at first with the heel turn. I think they hated him with all this constant interference and all the.
But that's the idea. But that's the.
I think Sami Zayn's influx into it was when people started to think he was cool.
Yeah. For a lot of people,
he was just a smug asshole, a bully, a gaslighting. I think it wasn't until the Sami stuff, because even though they knew where that was going to go, there was still a part of them that wanted to see Roman being nice and accepting him and all that, even though they knew that it was going to go bad. I genuinely think that was when, even when Roman did bad things, people were like, this is the boss.
No,
this is the chief.
Can I just say one thing? Can I just quickly say one thing, right? And this is what I just want to finish off on. Just the point I was making was this. Many people are not, I mean, obviously, I'm not old enough to remember this, right? But even guys like The Rock, when they first came into wrestling, right? The fans instantly hated them. Why? Because they were good guys and they were like hateable good guys. But you see, when The Rock joined the Nation, right? When he joined the Nation of Domination and he started doing The Rock as a heel, he became cool. And when you become cool, The fans have no choice than to like you. The thing with
You
Roman
fucking
is
killed me with that.
it's not Roman becoming heel.
That's exactly what he looked like, bro. Survivor Series.
Hold on, let me just say this quickly, right? At the end of the day,
Yeah, I get it.
Roman Reigns turning into a heel wasn't the thing that made him look cool. It's what he did as a heel. Because you know what I loved about Roman's heel turn as a tribal chief, right? He wasn't trying to like be hated because he just knew he was already disliked by a lot of people because they felt like he was being forced onto them, right? So now he fed into that. You understand what I'm saying, right? So yes, the fans who used to want to boo him and the WWE telling everyone he's a face, but the fans booed him. Now they have every right now to boo him because now he's a bad guy, right?
Yeah.
So now,
because the reality of it's all shifted too. It's even Drew. What we said about Drew, Seth, Roman, Punk, even they're kind of bad guys, but we cheer for them.
But you know what it is with certain wrestlers, right? Because they can turn face or heel anytime. When you have those wrestlers that are always good guys, and the fans now are intrigued to make them bad guys, it's like Cena. You see Cena for a very, very long time, right? The fans used to boo him, and he would always be the good guy. Now that Cena is now a heel, now that the fans can just boo him however they want, they have every right to boo him because now he's a bad guy. Guess what? By the time Cena retires, the fans are gonna there will be no boos on him anymore. You want to know why?
100%.
Because now he's acknowledged now that I am now the bad guy, and now I'm a prick. I'm gonna be a prick to everybody, which is what the fans wanted. They wanted him to be a prick. They wanted to see that prick side of him for a long time that he always hid from the world. You understand what I'm saying? That's what wrestling fans are like, bro. Wrestling fans, when they want you to be a bad guy, they want you to be the worst guy in the room.
Fickle. No, but they're fickle too. Wrestling fans can be
because remember when
fed
Roman
something and then want the opposite, and then they get the opposite and they cheer for it, and then all of a sudden that becomes stale.
But that's why Daniel Bryan once called these fans fickle.
But that's what I'm saying. You know what it is, Zier, and also this is what's important. You know when Roman became a heel, right? This is the best part about Roman's heel turn. It wasn't just his heel turn; it's the things that he did as a heel.
So sidetracked from the.
You understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
What he did as a heel. Remember when he took out Jey Uso, when he took out Jimmy? All like this were like his family members, his cousins, right? Right? Everybody hated him for this. Everybody, and also let me just say this also, Zier, right? You know when the best part about being a heel.
Last point, wallahi.
Okay, last point. The best part about being a heel is
morning, man. I want to go.
Brother, it's 4 in the morning.
Okay, fine. I'll be quiet. Fine.
No, I just want to.
No.
I got all day, Omar.
Bro, leave these to it, bro.
No. But guys. On a real note, guys.
I love the passion. I love it.
Yeah, no, we rate it, brother. Trust me, I rate it. But like,
I just wish it was
100%. We made our picks, but that was all just because that I said that I don't believe that Cena has the championship when he retires.
Yeah, you know what it is. You know what? I think both possibilities is there for me. With the whole John Cena thing.
What do we think of Randy Orton? What's happening?
Oh yeah, I was gonna get to that point. Yes, we need.
My first pick was Alistair. Returning Alistair Black was my first call. Shit. People are saying,
Liam, I told you this already.
The two people that we know are signed by him or re-signed by him are Miro and Black. And I spoke about how at least the returning Alistair Black on a WrestleMania stage comes across as sinister, dangerous, unknown. A returning Miro at a WrestleMania stage against Randy Orton is get the golden shovel out, boys. You know what I mean? Like, so I think on that aspect, but people genuinely believe Nick Aldis might be having the match, man. And this was from Simon Miller. He was like, Nick Aldis has been like, give him his moment. But again, as I said earlier, if we were going to have Nick Aldis, we would have already had Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce. And they are both, like, there is history. They're both former NWA world champion, and it's not even acknowledged on WWE TV. So, Alistair Black. The returning Alistair Black. Not Malachi.
Yeah,
Black.
by the way, I have a feeling it might be Solo Sikoa, man. I don't know what it is, bro. Did you see them brawl at the end of the tag team match, bro?
Raw, that is a mad pick.
Bro, did you not see the brawl? No, wait, the Alistair Black one. Bro, I told you about the Alistair Black one.
No, I knew that he signed, but I thought he was going to back the Raw after Mania.
The SmackDown after was rumored. The SmackDown after. Now, KO's done. So they've had to rush it forward. And who were they going to implement him into a feud with, anyways? I feel like it's going to be Randy. Like it's a who can you have a one-off match out of nowhere on a main event stage like WrestleMania and make it look like a spectacle. And
who goes over though?
Randy. But they have a banger. They have a banger. Like
I actually think if Aleister Black fights Randy Orton starts.
You think Black goes over?
I think Black goes over. Yeah.
What about
Why would you? What would be?
But I mean, even on paper. So if you've got Black, Miro, or Aldous, that's it. That's your rumors. Anything else is left field and completely like, let's make a match for the sake of a match. And if they do that with Orton, it's what's even the fucking point, man?
Oh, can I just say, if Randy Orton did face Kevin Owens, Orton was gonna beat Kevin Owens. But because that's not happening.
I think so too. Yeah.
You
honestly, I don't think I will ever be able to watch that that match they had again, KO and Sammy. Now, because that's what did it. Like, do you remember that match? Do you remember those spots?
No, but you know what I think
ladder,
I think what
like,
did it. Yeah, no, but what I think
spots,
what did Kevin Owens, I think what did Kevin Owens, to be, if I'm being really honest. No, but bro, what did Kevin Owens, in my opinion, was when Cody Rhodes did the Alabama slap.
But then there's no way he could have had that Sammy match. That ladder was gimmicked, bro. You could literally see the foam when it snapped. You could see that was a gimmicked ladder.
His neck injury happened since around November. It's just that they confirmed.
Yeah, but did you see how his neck was flipped up or something?
I know how he was lying. I know how he was lying. It's called selling. It's called selling.
What about with the match though? What if?
But the pickup fucking fishermen that they were doing onto the chairs and shit.
That was crazy.
Like, have you seen what happened with Hook into AEW? He threw up in the ring, and then they did a chair spot on him, and it's horrible stuff to watch.
I would say this, right?
What KO and Sammy did to each other all match.
I think when it comes to Kevin, I think he was supposed to have the surgery regardless. I think he was supposed to have it after WrestleMania, right? But the thing is, maybe the doctors were the ones who told him, "Yo, you can't continue. You can't proceed with this match."
And then look at the type of matches that he's been having over the last 3 months, like ladder match, balls count anywhere, etc.
I would say this about wrestling. We've seen a lot of wrestlers usually they delay their surgeries for a long time before they.
Yeah, no, I know. But neck surgery is neck surgery, and I'm just saying, there's no way this program would have been happening if this was going to be happening immediately. Like, so something's happened in the meantime, or that sped it up, or there was no way he would have had any program or interactions with Orton or whatever at the end of the last pay-per-view if they knew he was having that surgery, or like had to have that surgery. Because even if he was delaying surgery, I tell you that the surgery he was delaying is not the surgery that he ended up having to have. Because surgery that gets delayed is surgery that keeps you out for 3 to 6 months, not fucking 18. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm genuinely, this is all I'm saying right here is big ups to Kevin Owen. I'm genuinely worried we may never see the man wrestle again. He will be over 40 if and when he returns. And a man of, as it is, even just being a man of his size, that type of surgery, it's going to be very, very fucking hard for him to keep fit, to come back. That's all I'm saying. It's upsetting to know that we've lost this match.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to say how or why, but I think that match did it. And him and Sammy, if that's what did it, that's the way it was meant to be, because it's them two.
Can I pick something for the Randy Orton thing?
Okay.
Tell me if you think it's dumb. Honestly, I don't care if you think it's dumb. Just tell me.
Or even Phoenix, because he's new to the roster.
I was thinking, what about if like Rusev or Miro, whatever you want to call him, comes out?
He'll be Rusev. Yeah.
Rusev, and then it's gonna sound dumb because then Randy would bury him, but Randy beats him, and then the lights go black.
And then you get say no, well, that's a double. What's that returns Miro to the exact same position that you had him in when he left WWE, and in that he was getting cut.
By the way, can I just say Miro has to be Randy Orton as well? Like, if it's or whatever.
No, I think Randy buries Miro. As much as Miro is a monster now, I think Randy buries him because Miro, like, it's like, bro, I'm just
No,
having
guys, I'm
flashbacks.
not gonna
I'm
lie.
just having flashbacks to Miro rocking up in a fucking tank that he just fucked Lana in at WrestleMania, and John Cena burying him with a US title. I'm just having flashbacks.
I'm not gonna
Horrible,
lie.
horrible, horrible flashbacks. And the guy we have now is twice the monster that dude ever was. But he's returning to WWE, the place he left, and so's Black, and so's Andrade. And look what they're doing with him.
No,
So I just don't have much faith. Black's ceiling is the highest
this is why
ceiling.
I think Miro is gonna probably go to NXT and face over Femi for the title. You never know.
That's even worse. What's he doing? He should have stayed in AEW and just got paid millions of dollars to stay at home and fuck his hot wife.
Listen, no, guys. Here's the thing, right? I know people always.
Yeah, but why would he go to a developmental? He doesn't need it. He is the star.
Yeah, but he's been
he literally just left AEW.
What would you rather see, Liam? Would you rather see him in the main roster get buried?
He was refusing, he was refusing booking. He was refusing booking at AEW.
One thing about NXT, because this is the thing, I feel like people, they really give a lot of, like, they really don't give NXT the respect it deserves. Like, a lot of times, a lot of this.
Yeah, but it is a developmental, man. That's the whole point.
And he was there, like, in the NXT Black and Gold, bro. He was there when fucking Neville was, and Bo Dallas were the champion. Like, Rusev, no, hang on, no. Like, they left. Same with Andrade, bro. You got to hear a hard truth here about these wrestlers and their careers, and also AEW, which I also still kind of like, and has done a good job of resurrecting some people's careers, and it's also just done a job of acquiring people that it should have turned into superstars, and it didn't. Now, Malachi, Miro, Keith Lee, Adam Cole, Andrade. 3 of those 5, and we'll add in Cody Rhodes. So 4 of those 6 have gone back to where the grass ain't always greener. Only one of them will ever be the top guy. That's Cody Rhodes. He only got put into that position because he went and made himself a top guy at AEW and did AEW's thing, did their booking, did the job for people when they didn't want him doing the job. Miro, Malachi, and Andrade were the most misused, underutilized. They have their, and I love Aleister Black. I fucking love Malachi Black. I wish I could be that cunt. They have their own heads so far up their own ass that they just spent 3 to 4 years in AEW getting paid millions of dollars a year, more than they ever did and will in WWE, and they refused bookings against guys like Orange Cassidy and Keith Lee and Chris Jericho and John Moxley. They refused storylines, TV time, feuds, because they either thought they were better than those feuds or they didn't think the story, whatever, was good enough. So they just outright chose to not be on TV. And you're suggesting that those people go back to NXT, where they've already been through that system, every single one of them, Andrade, Malachi, Rusev, being the top dog in NXT, every one of them, almost at the damn same time. Like, nah, bro, that's astronaut. Like, that's like if Rusev left WWE because he was getting cucked on TV, and he goes back there and goes back to NXT, I don't care what type of Ridge Holland repackaging you think you give him, nobody takes him seriously anymore. Nobody. His career would be dead. He's not Ricky Saints, Ricky Starks, a young up-and-comer. He's not Ethan Page, who was in TNA and never hit the ceiling. And he went to AEW and, again, didn't get used the way he wanted, didn't like his booking. Where'd he go? NXT. Penta, Phoenix, where'd they go? Main roster. And they were tag team wrestlers. And now they're... So I'm just saying, I understand both the companies and where those people have been for the last few years and what they've been doing. There ain't no way in fucking hell any of them sign a contract to go back to NXT. And if they do, they instantly lose all respect and credibility from the fans. It doesn't matter whether they get repackaged and sold to dominate in NXT. The fans in Full Sail Center will reject them. They will reject them. They will chant at them the way they chant at Tessa Blanchard about being a racist. They will reject them. Like, it's not a case of Ethan Page or Ricky Saints where it's someone who never made it to the main leagues or was developmental. It's people who have been the NXT World Champion, and you're expecting them to go to the main roster, then go to AEW, be a turncoat, come back. Bro, if you're coming back, you're not Cody Rhodes, you're shoveling shit. Sorry, Triple H doesn't even acknowledge the company you wrestle for unless you're Cody Rhodes. So, like, it's not happening, man. It's not happening.
Yeah,
Even we would be lucky to even get them packaged well on WrestleMania if they are the ones to come out and fight him. Like, if Malachi Black comes out named Malachi Black, the world has truly shifted. Like,
but by
and
the
it's
way,
only
can I
one
just say,
simple
Justin,
name change.
sorry to interrupt, but this is
Yeah,
why.
no, I went way off course there because we went off course, but that was like.
No, I'm gonna end it with this, and this is why I have a weird feeling it's Solo Sikoa, so Randy Orton can get his win.
I'm gonna laugh if it's Solo, oh, bro. If it's Solo, I'll fucking big ups, mate. Big respect,
brother. They literally fucking brawled in that tag team match, and then Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, grabbed the win against who was it? Tomatonga, and then gets attacked by Jacob Fatu. What am I supposed to think?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. They're scrambling, bro. They're scrambling.
WrestleMania, I need a match, right? He's gonna get his win, bro. I have a feeling it's Solo Sikoa. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Liam's proposal before about him beating one and then the music playing for the other. Okay, so little proposal for Randy Orton. Logan Paul beats AJ Styles under nefarious means. Lights go out. Randy comes out and just wipes the floor with Logan Paul in the same way that they did it with Austin Theory and all that shit years ago. You remember that? Austin Theory, Cena, Vince McMahon, Pat McAfee, all that shit.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. Your idea actually just made me think, what if it was the other way around? What if Randy doesn't get a match and then he just comes out and beats up someone who...
I would like that. That would be funny.
And if it's Logan Paul, bro, like that, people will love that. Like, because I don't think it's worth giving him a match for nothing. As it was, even I was saying to you, so I felt that the KO match was nothing. And you were all like, he needs to be there. And I was just like, no, they don't. They need to rest and be healthy and fit. And yeah, but I would probably rather that. I would rather,
anyway.
I would sacrifice an AJ Styles WrestleMania win if it means that, like, they have a great match, but if it means that Randy Orton comes out and murders him afterwards, sacrificed.
Anyway, yeah, that's unlikely.
All right,
anyway,
we're done. I gotta go to the toilet.
Yeah. Anyway, guys.
Night one. We'll speak about night one.
Yeah,
see what we'll organize.
Yeah,
we'll see what we organize. Because night two, I'm doing with my missus, but night one, we'll see what we can do. All right, dual stream or something.
Yeah.
All right.
No more. Say no more, man. Big up.
Big ups, guys. Omar, Liam, Zier. Let's see how those votes go.
Yeah,
we've all at least got one random vote too. I had to make sure. That's the only reason I did my women's pick. I just needed a random vote, just so somehow, however the card plays out, we won't all end up with the same.
Do not end yet. Lee's just raided you. Raided you. Lee Gunner, don't end yet.
Oh, oh my!
What are we gonna do? He needs to go to bed, Lee.
You know what?
I'm set up. You can redirect to me, but I'm not. I mean, I won't be live
listen,
for 2 hours.
If Lee raided, now I'm sacrificing my soul, brother.
All right, yeah. Well, you stay here. I need a piss break. I'll come back.
But you know what?
I need a big on a break.
Hey, no, it's cool. Hey, you know what? Lee raided. Big up.
Hype yourself up, mate. Go get some caffeine.
Nah, it's calm, brother. Big up, Prom, by the way. But big up Lee for rating. You guys already know what to do. Subscribe, like, comment your way, all that type of stuff. This is a wrestling stream. It's not a football one. And to be honest, thank God it's not a football one, because I'll be real. Tomorrow we are fucked. You know what I'm saying? So
today now, bro. Today now.
Or today, whatever. Who gives a flying fuck? Brother, it's 4 a.m. over here. And I'm a dead man, bro. Dead man walking sentence, like Undertaker and that. You know what I mean?
Man.
Guys, I'm just
Liam, you may as well go here, bro. But yeah, man. Oh my god.
In my eyes, bro. It's peak.
Bro, I'm dead as well, bro. Bro, I was about to end the thing, and then you tell me don't go anywhere, raid.
No, I just see loads of people spamming League Gunner raid. So I was like, what's going on?
I do the most.
Man.
You're lagging like a motherfucker, by the way, Emma.
Yeah, Omar, you've been lagging like crazy. Your Tuchel era kit will bring good luck. Man said your Tuchel era kit, brother.
Bro,
I'm telling you.
I fucking hate that kit.
Brother, I'm not gonna lie. You know what? Let me go because, bro, after I end the stream, I just want to go to bed. So let me do that right now. Hey, Liam, you hold on this stream.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me now?
I can hear you now, Emma. Yeah.
All right, Liam, I'm just telling you this now, bro. Watch tomorrow. Watch this space. Tomorrow, you're going to see your team is going to get their first goal. You guys are going to get the first goal in the game tomorrow. You're going to be shocked.
Surprise me.
No, you will get the first goal, and then the game is going to go all over the place. I can see this game going to penalties. I can see this game ending like a 1-0 or 2-1 to Bayern and going to penalties, and who knows what happens in penalties. It's anybody's game. But I feel like this tie is not over, bro. It's like I predicted the Dortmund-Barca game. I told you this, Leon, and I told this to Zia. I was like, bro, I'm happy we got a 4-0 lead because I knew we were going to lose today. Everybody was telling me, oh, Barca. I told people, I'm like, bro, you don't understand. I cannot trust this team to protect a small lead. Look at this game.
4-0 is a small lead?
No, I said I cannot trust.
Oh, you mean if it wasn't 4-0? I just realized. Okay, I just did.
Bro, I needed a 4-0 lead just to say that we're in the semifinals, just to be comfortable that we're going to be in the semifinals. Because, bro, look at the game today. Dortmund scored 3 goals. They scored all 4 goals.
If it wasn't for Ben Sab'ini, this fucking fraud.
That's what I'm saying.
Wallah al-Azim, if it wasn't for Ben Sab'ini, Wallah al-Azim, I swear to God, bro, it would have been game on.
Zeer, you're telling me. I was telling this to people. I told you, I'm like, listen, I know we're going to go through. And the only reason I know we're going to go through is because I don't see this team fucking up a 4-goal lead. You understand what I'm saying, right? Now, that doesn't mean that I don't think Dortmund can win at home. I said it. I even said it. But I was like, the fact that we have a 4-goal lead, I can be comfortable. And I'm telling you this right now, Liam. If we play you guys in the semifinals, and let's say we beat you guys 4-1 like we did earlier this season, if we go to the second leg of the Allianz Arena, I can see us losing 4-0.
But to be honest with you, mate, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to think about you smashing us again. I'm good.
No, don't worry, bro, because you will smash us in the second leg.
Nah, my brain hurts.
I mean, by the way, this is another Barca fan. This is my close friend, Amar. He's a Barca fan. Real Madrid 5-1 Arsenal extra time, and Inter 1-1 Bayern. Sorry, Ahmed and Bayern fans.
You don't need to.
You know, in my preview with the worldwide, Anthony, and in my own preview I did earlier today or yesterday, bro, I'm gonna keep it real. I said this is how it's gonna pan out. We're gonna score first. They're gonna
big ups, guys.
Big up, Justin.
Is he actually fucking here? Lee, you fucking.
He's not even in the fucking chat. He just raided.
Yeah, of course. What a fraud! What a fraud, Lee.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go and do my.
But before you
much
go,
love, Omar. My mother-in-law loved your passion, Omar.
Yeah,
my mother-in-law is here now, and she's asking about this.
Because I was gonna say something, and then Justin pulled up quickly.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I feel like we score, they equalize, we get desperate, they score again, 2-1 loss.
I think it's gonna go 2-1 to Bayern. I'm gonna say first goal is gonna be Bayern, and then these guys are gonna equalize, and you guys are gonna go to kitchen sink, and I can see you guys getting a late second from like a corner or something like that.
If Harry Kane doesn't get a brace tomorrow, leave him in Italy. Leave him in Italy.
Hey, he could be the one to turn up. He could finally turn up. He could get the first goal.
Nah, bro. I know he's not turning up. In my fantasy, I changed Harry Kane and I put Lautaro Martinez because I can guarantee.
I can see Lewandowski in the open. I can see Harry Kane.
Who's through after last night?
Brother, I changed Harry Kane and I put Lautaro because I know that he's scoring against us and he ain't scoring against Inter Milan, bro.
Jester, PSG and Barcelona went for him.
Yeah, I said that they got close, didn't it? The PSG game.
Yeah, 1 goal away.
So that they're through to PSG and Barca in the semi.
No, PSG play Real Madrid or Arsenal.
By the way, that is
and then the other one will be.
We've been undefeated in San Siro, by the way.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That is crazy.
No, No, you guys have. You guys have beaten Inter in their stadium.
No. I'm telling him that statement that dude said in the chat is false because we've
That's
won
false
every
because you
game.
guys have actually won. You've won in their stadium. I remember when you guys beat them. I think it was Muller who scored the goal in that game. That
Mate,
it was 1-0.
Leroy
Funny enough.
Sané scored a goal in that game.
Oh.
No, he
Yeah, no,
wasn't
but
playing.
Liam, back in the 2010s, that was the game we had 2010-11
And
season.
Jay, big ups, bro.
We won,
You
and
know
Muller,
what?
I believe, yeah.
No, because do you know why? Because I saw a video last week, right, of like when you guys played the second leg. Because the first leg was at Inter, and you guys beat them 1-0, and then you battled the second leg and lost 3-2 at the Alliance, right? And they actually showed like the similarities. Because remember when Fratesi's goal in the game in the last game, right? It was the same time as Stankovic's goal in that second leg in 2011, right?
2010-11, yes.
And they showed like
Oh,
it was
I'm
like
just catching up on all the comments.
But I'll say this, Zero, right? Because now there's no away goals. I can see you guys getting the first goal, and I said this to Liam. I think someone like Kane could just run on the play and just get a goal. And now it's 1-1, 2-2 on aggregate, right? And now it's like game on, and I feel like Inter are gonna get the equalizer, and then you guys are gonna get like a second goal from like a corner or some shit.
Listen, I guess time will tell, innit? But guys, listen.
Anyways, I gotta go. Guys.
Yeah, but Jester, any final thoughts before we end the stream? And Liam, same with you. In regards to WrestleMania.
Mania, mate, it's gonna be good. Look, it's gonna be good. Honestly, even that was mad sidetrack, like, but it just shows. I understand kind of every point Omar was trying to make in terms of just how much layers and story there is in all of it at the moment. But yeah, he's also like he's he's thinking like 7 months, 8 months, a year ahead, basically, without even we're just trying to predict the results for one night this weekend, you know, like
that's how Triple H does it. That's why.
Yeah, 100%. I agree, though. 100%. Like you and I were talking about it. I'll send you this doco, bro, and it'll take you a while to get through it. It's really good. Like the dude's a big time creator too. The unreality of pro wrestling. Like they have done. Like I said, this story really starts the night, the Shield died. The story really starts there. Even the Punk stuff, like the Punk stuff is around the same time. Even Punk wanted the Shield pushed. They were pushing Ryback and that. Like all of it is connected, but I don't think any of it's more connected than Seth and Roman. That's why I want, like at the end of the day, I want Seth and Roman one-on-one. Like neither of them can move on to being a world champion again until they do that. Like Roman literally lost his reign.
Bye, darling.
Have a good one. I'll speak to you later. Roman literally lost his reign because of that. He threw away a 3-year reign because of Seth. And Seth hasn't, he had the big gold, but he hasn't had the WWE title since he sold his soul. The authority shit.
Yeah.
So I genuinely think, like, story-wise, it just has to end with them. Like, I know WWE, it's story-wise for them, it ends with Roman and The Rock. That's where it ends with them. Because they'll find a way to be like, oh, Roman's downfall started with The Rock. It didn't. It started with Seth. But that's why I want the booking that I want, like with that main event. Like, and I honestly, it is crazy how much our thought process around the main events has changed since Chamber. Like the heel turn, like even at first, that first heel turn, everybody was just all in on Cena, Cody, and like justifications and reasonings and everything. And then as the further we've gone down, like we got the Cena promos, like Cody, if anything, has one-upped it on every level since Cena delivered his first promos in Europe. And then on the other end of the spectrum with the main event, it's essentially happening because they're not in the Cody and Cena match. Like that triple threat at its core is happening because because Roman lost the title and Seth screwed Roman. And, they've all screwed each other. And none of them are a world champion right now. And that's the only reason that match is happening. So, like, that is night one main event. The outcome of that could even possibly have an outcome on night 2. I don't think it will. I think we're going to get a solid story night 1. How that ends is how that ends, especially if it does go the way we all think it's going to. Roman walks away for a long time. Punk's the one who's got to chase. You know, like they build up him as the face again because he's got it against him and Heyman's hurting him. Whenever Roman does come back, he's different again, you know, to what he was when he came back the first time. There probably won't even need to be a cockiness or mic work or anything. It'd just be wreck everyone and leave version 2, I reckon.
Have you seen what Roman's put on TikTok or not?
What he put on TikTok? No, I'm not on TikTok, mate.
So I'll send it to Zier and then I'll get Zier to send it to you. Basically, it's just him talking, and he's basically saying like, they don't want to listen, blah 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 blah. Don't trust anybody, and then he goes, and then he said something about the main thing is that it's lessons learned.
Who did that again?
Roman. I don't know if I can play it.
Oh, I've seen it. No, just I've seen it.
With what he was yelling, like when he was. You mean at the end of the segment, like?
No. Roman Reigns posted a TikTok or an yeah. I know he's on. I can send it to you.
Surely,
is it a quote? Is it a quote or something like someone's?
It's a
no.
video.
So basically, Roman was cutting some sort of like.
Surely I'll be able to put it on the screen, no?
No. Copyright.
Really?
For a fucking Twitter post or whatever.
Brother, I'll send it to you. It's better. I'll send it to you.
I'm going to get you to check out some Botchamania videos, and you and I are going to do like watch along Botchamania stuff, bro.
I've watched Botchamania. It's fucking hilarious.
It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, but Liam, now I'm going to join the party, bro, because Jester's recommended. So, yeah.
No, you're going to just make sure that you haven't drunk too much, bro, because don't be drinking in the same because you'll be spitting that out.
Brother, can I be real with you? I don't drink, so we're good.
No, not alcohol.
I know you're water.
I.e., like if you were to drink and then you see the botch, you're gonna laugh.
What's called?
I just love the way they mix pop culture into it too. Yeah. Like the pop.
Wait. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a whole channel, bro. He's been banned, removed. He's been re-uploaded. English lad.
It's called Botchamania again, or
Botchamania again. Botchamania again is what it's called now.
Chris Jericho hates it.
Oh my god! What are these thumbnails, bro?
So the recent one, I watched the recent one. That's what I mean. Like, there's bits in the recent one that made me think of some stuff.
Oh, it's an hour long. What the fuck?
No, it'd be that'd be like supercut or whatever. Generally, the episodes are about 20, 25 minutes. If it's an hour long one, it's probably a re-uploaded supercut. Because he's constantly having to do re-uploads, man. And like,
the Botchamania 510, I already just by
just even the intro, bro. Even the intro is.
I'll watch it.
The Sheik, bro. The Sheik. I'm fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Fuck Hulk Hogan. I'd break his back, put him in camel clutch, stick my dick up his ass, and make him humble like bitch that he is. Fuck Hulk Hogan.
Okay, I have to watch
even the missus, bro. Like, literally, Iron Sheik is like one of the most horrible people ever. You hear that cunt talk, like, but when she heard him talk about Hulk Hogan, she died. Like, forever quoting, "Fucking bullshit, fucking bullshit." There's so much catchable. There's so many things. The table. I am the table. You understand that too, and I'm a metalhead.
I am the table. Yeah,
I am the table, bro. That's the Botchamania thing. Like, there's so many references, bro. Like, Botchamania has broken. Like, Botchamania has gone meta in terms of like it gets referenced in wrestling now.
Yeah,
like it's gone meta. Like it's like and your boy that you're upset with now, Mansoor and Mace. they are the best on Botchamania. They've done so many intros to Botchamania, and they're the funniest cunts ever when they do it. They're hilarious. Botchamania actually helped like push them post WWE release. Like Botchamania is probably half the reason that they ended up doing that Nigerian wrestling shit, whatever it was. You know, the dudes that were wrestling in the mud.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, there you go.
Yeah, no, you've got to get onto it, bro. You've got to get onto it. Like for review content, like even Lee, the way Lee watches his shit, reviewing Botchamania, it'd just be like, it's not even a review, it's reacts. It's 100% react.
Just because it's Botchamania, it's on YouTube, I don't think we get copyright, so it's calm.
No, you won't. You should be 100% because he's pretty much has to do everything he does to make it avoid copyright. So like the footage is like zoomed in or edited.
We'll find time and we'll watch Botchamania and we'll stream.
You'll love it. Like it for a watch along type content. It's fucking funny, and some of the content in it is like pretty bleak, pretty backwards, pretty dark humor. But it's got so many like movie references, anime, like even half the anime references, bro. I don't fucking get them. I'm not young enough, but I know that they're funny. Like you can just tell. Like, there's good ones. Even Thanos assembling all these jewels, and it's like all the wrestlers, and there's just so many good things on Botchamania, bro. Like you should really get onto it. Like I'm trying to find something for my Sunday shit shows that can be a reacts watch along type content. So stuff that like almost like what Lee does, except Lee's doing it with football or he's doing it with novellas or whatever, where I can find something, because I have thought about it with even our content, gaming content, whatever, but something that we can watch that you're not going to get copyrighted for or whatever, but it'll just be a piss take, like something you can generally just.
But I'm not gonna lie, I think the Botchamania sounds fucking jokes though.
It is, and there's so much of it. Like there's, bro, you could make a whole channel on, you know, Botchamania reviews. Like,
you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try to find time. You know, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna find time for us to do this.
Yeah, I think. Well, and I mean, I don't know how far back it goes, but even the footage, some of the footage that he gets in his shit, bro. Like, I don't know how people find this shit. Like, they get like house show recordings, and you can hear the commentator like talking in the background on a house show recording, and they're like just trashing the actual wrestling. Like, you know, like they've got like Michael Cole and JR like talking about how bad the display of wrestling is. Like, just some of the stuff they find, you'd be amazed at how good it is. And then the other stuff is sent in from people on their phones at indie shows, and it's just bad. Like, it's just think of like a lucha match gone wrong times 100. That's Botchamania, man. Like whenever they show anything in Mexico, it gets this little accompanying music, and it's gold, man. Like if you know Rocket Power Mohawk, he does F1 style like that. If you know that guy, then you know what you're in for with Botchamania. And surprisingly, they're both Poms.
Right,
so
listen,
like
now we started. Hey, listen, we're gonna find time.
It'll be like Lee. It'll be like Lee reviewing a football show, but he's just there to roast everybody. You know, like it's good shit.
Yeah, but guys,
anyways, you want to go to bed, do you?
Oh, 100%, brother.
100%. You're gonna bail out. Who are you going to redirect to? Who have you got to redirect to? Because if you don't, let me find someone for you.
I've actually, as a matter of fact, found somebody right now.
You do have someone?
Yep, and it's PSG International, guys.
Oh, there you go.
PSG 132 versus Villa.
Let me have a look. Don't go yet.
Yeah, that's a good smart thing too. Always make sure that I've done that a few times, man.
Yeah, because I used to make a mistake.
Send one to it, and then the moment it's like the start of the stream,
he's probably gonna be live but knowing him, he's probably gonna be live.
It's because, and I'm sure Lee's done it a fair bit too. It's because of how long you wrap up for. I've done it. I'm sitting there wrapping up forever, and then you go to send it through, and it's over. But yeah, I thought of shit like that too, because I mean, in reality, that's essentially how Northside and Lee got onto me. And and then I've been trying to do it too. Like even with some of the random games that I've been playing now, I'll try to find someone playing the game.
Yeah, bro.
That's got
Yeah, bro.
someone
They're
watching, and then
literally just live. I think I just do it. Guys, we're redirecting to PSG and they're live.
Yeah, they're live.
all right, big ups.
Yeah,
I'll be on in I'll be on in 2 hours on mine.
Anyway, yeah, go check out NoThisIsJester.
Go to bed, bro. Go to bed. Yeah, I got a big race. I'll be racing when you wake up, mate. I've got 8-hour day. So.
No, it's not even that. I'm just saying the link is in the title.
Oh yeah, big ups. Hit us a sub, guys.
Yeah.
We'll get on Lee's show one day for a shit show.
But
but
guys, like, subscribe on your way out.
Everyone point at the sign. Oh, it's there. There's the sign. Point at the sign. 5 more days to go. Point at the sign.
Yep.
The sign. There you go. He's pointing at the sign. There it is. Yeah. We're all going. We're going to Mania, guys. We're going through. We're going through. We're going through. See you later.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have to hear this shit.
No. This is not something to laugh at. No! Wipe those tears out of your eyes. You don't deserve it. He doesn't deserve it.
He doesn't fucking deserve it. He doesn't.
There you go. We're going. Oh no, you don't deserve. Fuck you. Anyway,
did you see that F1 kid?
No, my tribal chief, I can't do that. And you, Mr. Midlife Crisis.
That's me. I'm 100% approaching 40, fast, midlife crisis. I got more grace than Lee already, mate. And Lee's older than me, and he's a ranger.
Anyway, guys, yeah.
No way.
Anyways, guys, yeah, all that, and take care.
I rate that. Who's it? Who you rating? Who we rating?
PSG International.
PSG International. Fuck PSG.
Yeah, so just guys, when you go there, just say Zeer Raid. That's all you have to do. This is exactly all you have to do. Anyways, take care, Ejima. See you later.